And we are live. First stream in a while. I've not done one for quite some time, so yeah, I thought I'd stream, talk some boxing, and yeah, man. Hopefully, a few of you turn up, and we can chop it up. Yo, unrivaled in the chat already. First, what's up, man? How you doing? OmniSurge Media, shout out to you, sir. One of the regulars. Big up. Big up. Yo, Dominic's here as well. It's a good start. The regulars are here. Man, NBT Boxing, shout out. By the way, NBT Boxing actually has a channel. I missed your stream the other day, man. I was gutted. I was at work, man, and I saw you live streamed. I was gutted, man. But yeah, shout out to NBT. I'm good, Dominic, man. I'm good. Been a long day, but yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, boss man in the chat. Yeah, respect. All win sex, fair, decent name, but exactly, NBT. Exactly. I'm sure I'll catch the next one. But no, when I have checked your streams out, I've really enjoyed them. So shout out. All boxing talk and news. What's going on, man? How are you guys doing? We've got a beer here to crack open. We'll do that in a second. But yeah, man, good weekend of boxing coming up. Well, not so much Tyson Fury, of course, but I like the Devin Haney card. I think Devin Haney has a good test. I expect Devin Haney to win, but I have checked Abdullayev out. Well schooled, tall, rangy. You know, does the basics well. Unbeaten, young. I think it's a good bit of matchmaking for Devin Haney. I think it's a good test. So that should be good. Michael Hunter versus Sergey Kuzmin. That's the fight I'm looking forward to most this weekend. I think that's a really good fight. Yeah, NBT beer in a can today. We're slumming it, man. Yo, George Gordon, what's going on, man? What's going on? I've not seen you here before, George. So shout out. If you're new, welcome to the club. Welcome. Man, I'm not touching that one. Alwyn sex. I presume that's how you say it. Alwyn, Allwyn sex. Yeah, I don't know anything about that, so I'm going to like chill. I'm not going to really say anything about it. You know. But I have seen that. Oh, mate, I'm on Heineken. All boxing talk and news. Heineken tonight. You know, we're keeping it pretty basic. Yo, Right Hook Boxing. By the way, lads, everybody in the chat, Right Hook Boxing, excellent channel. Check him out. Drop him a sub. Really enjoy his content. I don't always comment, but he's got great content. And also Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. No, thanks, George, man. No, I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, NBT, he's got some great stuff, man. He's got some really good stuff. Really down the middle. You know, he just loves his boxing. So, yeah, shout out to Right Hook. Exactly, all boxing talk and news for good stuff, man. I like a bit of Heineken. I don't usually drink in midweek, but I've been doing it a lot more recently, worryingly. It's not usually my scene, but yeah, it's been a long couple of weeks, man. So thought I would treat myself, you know. Yo, Tom Wild, man, shout out. I've not seen you for a while. Yeah, I saw that Rocky Fielding. He's fighting on the 15th. I don't expect him to fight anybody decent, to be honest with you. I think he'll just have a stay busy fight or a tune-up fight, and we'll see what he does from there. But I'm not really sure what the future holds for Rocky Fielding. You know, he got well beaten by Canelo, got a massive payday. I mean, at domestic level, there's some fights out there for him. Maybe something like Zach Parker could be good, but you know, I'm not particularly interested in Rocky Fielding. I can't lie. Potentially, maybe Matchroom have got rid of him. I don't really see what they can do with him, in all honesty. Yo, George Michael in the chat. I thought you was dead, but shout out. Yeah, man, Tyson Fury's back this weekend. I don't really like the fight he's in. I have seen Otto Wallin fight in the past. I've got to confess, I've only seen one full fight. That was Adrian Granat. He's okay, does the basics well, boxes well out of that southpaw stance, you know, but he's not really that dynamic, doesn't have much power. He's food for Tyson Fury. I would say Otto Wallin is a couple of levels below someone like Ajik Habayel, to be honest with you. I don't think he's that great. He's definitely better than Tom Schwartz, so maybe you see that as a positive. But that's not exactly hard, right? Yeah, George Michael Hunter, I think, is a very good heavyweight. He's fun to watch. He'll fight anybody. I like Michael Hunter. No nonsense. That's what I like about him. He'll fight anybody. And Kuzmin himself, you know, dangerous. He can punch. He's unbeaten. He was a very good amateur. So that's a really good fight. I expect Hunter to win. But Kuzmin, you know, he's no joke. He's well schooled. He's well schooled. Yo, what's up, Bad Nasher? Do you think we will ever see Saunders versus Chris Eubank? I hope so. I really enjoyed the first fight. I enjoyed the build up. You know, that fight makes sense. It still does good business, and with Sky Sports, you know, a bigger platform, I think that would sell quite well, to be honest with you. Yo, 2014, when the first fight happened, that was my most anticipated fight of that year, believe it or not. Billy Joe Saunders versus Chris Eubank. Yeah, I wouldn't have Hunter in my top three heavyweights, not yet. He needs to do. I don't think he's in my top 10. In all honesty, I would need to go through the rankings and you know, make a list. But you know, if Hunter beats Kuzmin, he's knocking on the door, no doubt about it. Yo, Shepherd of Sons in the chat. Shout out to Shepherd, long time follower, long time supporter. Big up Shepherd, man. Big up. Yeah, just thought I would stream for a bit, and you know. Yeah, ABC. I agree. Danny Roman versus Akhmadaliev. That would have been a great fight. It's a shame Roman's pulled out, but I believe Roman. I think that injury. I think that injury was genuine. The guy doesn't really strike me as a fighter who would duck or avoid fights. You know, I think he was genuinely injured because what I heard was his management didn't want him to take that fight, but he decided to go ahead anyway and take that fight with Akhmadaliev. And you know he's got injured since. I think he'd fight anybody, Danny Roman. I really do. Yeah, that's a good shout, MBT. Fury stoppage round 7 to 9. Yeah, I think that's a good shout. I think Wallin is definitely more durable than Tom Schwartz. I think he's a better fighter in general, to be honest with you. I think that's a good shout. Yeah, John 99, man. Shout out. Another one of the regulars. How the hell do you actually respond to a message in these chats, by the way? Do you mean like on the live streams? Oh, yeah, I get behind all the time. to be honest with you. I get way behind. Hang on 1 second, lads. I got fucking 1,000,001 tabs open in the background here. Jesus. Nothing dodgy, no porn or anything like that, but just loads of stuff open, man. Jesus. George Gordon, reckon Ngabu will trouble the source of Cole. I do like Ngabu from what I've seen. He seems to be quite versatile. He can box a bit, he can move, and he's got a bit of power. So we'll see. He looks physically strong, man. The guy's built like a brick shithouse. He looks extremely strong. He's a bit short, but yeah, I think Ngabu is a really good test for Okole. And one thing I'll say is this about Okole. I don't particularly like his style, but for guys taking fights, he's taken fights. He's fighting unbeaten guys, Isaac Chamberlain, Luke Watkins. He fought Matty Askin. Now he's fighting Ngabu. Whether you like his style or not, that's secondary. He's taken good fights. So, fair play to him. That's all you can really ask for as a boxing fan, at least in my opinion. If you're taking good fights and if you're taking risks, then that's all I can really ask. So fair play to Lawrence Okole. That's a good fight, though. I'm looking forward to it. Arnold Jurjai versus Tom Schwartz. Who are you picking? Do you know what? They're both terrible, right? I think we might go for Cobra. Arnold Jurjai, man. Yo, Cameron, what's going on, man? And by the way, Cameron, good luck with what you got going on, man. Yeah, 100%, John. Yeah, Okole, yeah, he's doing well at domestic level. Like I said, I don't like the guy's style, but he's fighting guys, so he deserves credit, in my opinion. He deserves credit. Yeah, I might drop some links in a bit, Shepard. I'm really going to go until BDA do the second Renaissance. That's when I'll shut this down, but no, thanks, man. Cheers, Cameron. Yeah, Schwartz versus David Price. Man, David Price would clean Schwartz out, man. Honestly. Yo, Triple J here as well. All the regulars, man. We've even got fucking George Michael showing up, man. We're doing well. We're doing well. ABC Def. I watched Rolls versus Golovkin again. I'm actually giving Derevinchenko a big chance of winning. I feel GGG is finished, as much as I hate to say it. I'm not sure, man. I watched Derevinchenko versus Jack Kai, and watching that fight put me off picking Derek. Well, I wasn't picking Derevinchenko anyway, but that fight really just cemented that Golovkin's going to win this fight, in my opinion. I think Derevinchenko gets himself knocked out with a right hand. He's so open to that right hand. He kind of puts his weight on. He leans. I can't explain it, but his head's always leaning to the right, and it makes him open for the straight right. So he was getting caught with that shot by Jack Kai and Danny Jacobs. So yeah, I expect Golovkin to win, but I do think it's going to be a fun fight while it lasts. Both guys, are aggressive. Neither guy takes a backward step. Should be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it, man. Yeah, Cameron, I agree. David Price looked good, man. He looked good against Dave Allen. Didn't gas out. He was patient, like you said. Boxed from range. Yeah, man. David Price looked good. And by the way, man, I was pleased Dave Allen lost. The guy's getting boring. I can't stand him, honestly. Me and McGregor were talking the other night, and Dave Allen, he's been on 6 pay-per-view cards. That's fucking insane. I'm sorry, but that's insane. Dave Allen on 6 pay-per-view cards. That's fucking disgusting. I'm sorry. Don't get me wrong, as a person, he seems like a good guy, but fuck me. Back in the day, man, we was getting Carl Froch versus Lucien Butte on regular Sky. Now fucking Dave Allen's behind a paywall. It's crazy shit, man. So McGregor's constipated. Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. As Shepard said, drink more water. You should be fine. You think he's been on more than 6 pay-per-view cards? All win 6? I'm not sure, man. I think we counted 6. I think we counted 6. But yeah, I mean, regardless, it's crazy. It's crazy. And that's what wound me up, though, about Derek Chisora the other day. You know, saying what he said. Chisora was co-main event for Dave Allen in his last fight. So that guy needs to sit down, honestly. Yeah, we're doing okay, lads. We've got George Michael in the chat. And we've got fucking Anthony Joshua in the chat. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Yeah, McGregor's going to use a coffee enema to clean himself out. That's grim, man. Yeah, Cameron, man, that Dave Allen fight versus Luis Ortiz was fucking disgusting. Apparently, he only got paid $9,000 for that fight. So there you go. And he's never sounded the same since. He's never he sounded different since that fight. Apparently, that's because he split his tongue, and yeah, you know, he's never sounded right since. Yeah, big up Ty Booth, 100%. Yo, Tommy Temperman, shout out. You want Zawa Abdullayev to beat Devin Haney at ABC Def? I think Abdullayev's a good test. I really do. But I think Devin Haney is a bit too dynamic. Quicker feet, quicker hands. Just a few more tools in the toolbox. Abdullayev reminds me of kind of a mix between Dmitry Pirog and Victor Postal. He's kind of got two styles meshed together. He's a good fighter, but yeah, I think Haney wins. Nah, ABC Def. Apparently, Dave Allen got paid $9,000 for Luis Ortiz. That's what I heard. That was the story going around anyway. Yeah, Cameron, that's what I'm saying. Like, his speech is terrible. There was one interview in particular, I think it was prior to Price versus Allen. He sounded awful. I think it was on Fight Week. He sounded so bad, man. Listen, man, he needs to get his money and get out. He's got a couple of houses. You know, that's a good start. Maybe one more big fight and then just leave, because he's going to get seriously hurt, in all honesty. Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. He's got Abdullayev to win that fight. Damn, it's a big pick. The odds are great if you want to put your money down. Man, yeah, you're right. Bad Nasher. Charlie Edwards. Fuck me. The guy looks like a dyke, honestly. Have you seen him now? The guy's annoying. Apparently, though, he's actually going to fight Martinez again. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, ABC Def it is. Yeah, Zawa. That's a badass name. 100%. Yeah, Cameron, that's what I'm saying. I was shocked when I saw Edwards was saying he would take that fight. I honestly think he'll move up. I think he'll move up. He's got no chance in that fight, honestly. None at all. Having said that, though, what can he really? What can he do against? Sorry, in the next weight class, at bantamweight. Yeah, ABC Death, Avery Sparrow. Yeah, that's a good test for Ryan Garcia. Sparrow beat Hank Lundy last time out. It's a good test. I don't particularly rate Ryan Garcia, to be honest with you, but yeah, it's a good test. I think Ryan Garcia, he'll get a title shot. He'll get managed to a title shot. He'll lose, and that'll be his career. Yeah, NBT. I've noticed that as well. Quite a few people are picking against Devin Haney. I've seen that. I don't see it personally, but like I said, I do think Abdulayev's a good fighter. I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. AA Boxing and Blunts in the chat, another one of the regulars. Rewatched Wallin's fights. His left hook his left looks like it could knock a horse clean out. Tempted for a few cheeky bet. Sorry, I can't fucking read tonight, man. Tempted for a few cheeky bet on Fury to get knocked out. Damn. Man, AA, I don't think you've got a chance, mate. If you're looking to bet, I would just give you money to charity, mate, in all honesty. Give £10 to charity, because you're not going to see that money, man. In my humble opinion. Yo, Lewis in the chat as well, another one of the regulars. Yeah, Cameron, that's what I've got. I've got Haney to win that fight by UD, but I think it will be a good test for him. It's going to be a good test. Nah, ABC. Abdulayev's from Russia. He's from Russia. Somebody's offering 50 to 1 on Fury by KO in the exchanges. Really? It's crazy. 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 Fucking hell. Yeah, I've had a few drinks, lads, if you can't tell. Yeah, Unrivaled. I'll put some. Yeah, I've had a few to drink. Sorry, lads. I'll put some links in the chat. Hang on. How do you do this shit? There we go. Anybody can join, by the way. You're all free to join. Oh, Fury to get beat by knockout. Okay, I see, AA. Like I said, man, I can't see it, honestly. If you're feeling brave, go for it, man, but I wouldn't recommend that. I was actually going to make a video on Kovalev versus Canelo, the odds on that fight, because they look crazy to me. Yo, Corey Lee in the chat as well. Corey Lee himself's got a boxing channel, so click on his channel, drop him a sub, really good content. I check into Corey Lee quite a few times, to be honest. He's one of my go-tos. ABC, I agree, man. I agree. I was picking Akhmadaliev to beat Danny Roman. But, you know, that fight can still happen. He's still mandatory, so I'm sure that's going to get rescheduled, hopefully anyway. Oh, shit, link's broken. Hang on, lads, 1 second. Try that again. There we go. John99, who do you think wins Kovalev versus Canelo? I need to see the weight stipulation first. I do. Catch weight, you know, I'm picking Canelo, but if it's at 175 with no BS, with no rehydration clause, I'm picking Kovalev, if I'm being honest. Okay, AA Boxing and Blunts, all boxing talk and news. Yeah, man, I'll check him out. I never knew All Boxing Talking News had a made video. Sorry. Yeah, man, I'll check him out. No doubt about it. Oh, and by the way, lads, I know Cameron's got a channel as well, so check Cameron out if you've not already. Yeah, exactly, Cameron. You take Ty and Booth to smash Michelle Joy Phelps over Wallin beating Fury. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Damn, Corey Lee boxing. He's got Usyk over Ruiz Jr. and Joshua. Do you know what? I think I agree. Yeah, Akhmedov versus Barrios. That's on the Spence Porter undercard, I believe. That's a really good fight. Barrios, I've seen a bit of Barrios. He looks like a good fighter, but doesn't strike me as a guy who is necessarily going to be like a dominant world champion or anything like that. Akhmedov, he looks good so far, but it's early to say. That's a really good fight. Stylistically, it can't be a bad fight. That's going to be a very good fight to watch. Yeah, man, right hook boxing, go for it, man. Go for these live streams, they're good fun. Oh shit, sorry, Unrivaled. Unrivaled sitting there with his dick in his hands, waiting to come in. Here he is.
Mate, I'm telling you now, if I was capable of it, my dick would be in my mouth. Sorry, boys. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How about yourself?
Sorry, I'm fucking wasted. I started drinking about an hour ago, just down on fucking shit, and I went on a walk. I don't know where I am.
Fucking hell.
Fuck.
Yeah, I've had a few as well, mate. I've had a few. But yeah, man, just chatting about the weekend's fights coming up. Anything you're looking forward to?
Yeah, Kuzman, Hunter, Pedraza versus Zapata, good fight as well. Zard Abdullah versus your man Haney.
Yep.
El Devon, Devil Haney. That's an interesting one. That could be a case of mistaken identity, that fight. That could be a case of bad matchmaking.
Could be another P-Rock, yeah.
I mean, this guy can come. He's got an engine for days, by the way. Engine for days. And he throws shots to the body. Not great disguise or great feet, but he's able to get in and out. And he does know how to step off a jab. Haney, the quicker fighter, better length. You favour Haney, but how good's Abdullah yet? I mean, does Haney have a better win in his resume than Hank Lundy? I don't know. I don't think Mason Menard or anything like that is better than Lundy. I think it's all 6 of one, half a dozen. So that's an interesting one. That's a very interesting fight. Like, you favour Haney just based on hype. That's really it.
No, I agree. I know what you mean. I like both guys. Abdullahev's hard to really judge. I've seen the fight with Lundy, and I've seen highlights. And from what I gather, he looks decent. But you need to see more than that to really make a real judgment. So I've seen more of Haney. I do like his progress. I like the way he's been matched. So I'm going with Devin Haney. Just a bit more... like I said, he's a bit more dynamic. But there's certain things he does that I like. He sets traps. You know, he's got really good variety in his offense. So I'm going with Haney, but it's a dangerous fight, man. In all honesty, I think it's quite dangerous, but we'll see.
Yeah, man, and he's meant to be fighting on the KSI undercard. If Zara is as good as I think he is, he won't be. He'll be out for a few months after this fight. You might have taken the victory, but you're not fighting 2 months after a fight like this. This guy is a real fighter.
Yeah, from what I read as well, good amateur. And you can tell that from his fights, the way he fights. You can tell he's well schooled. You know. Nah, it's not going to be a 5-hour stream, AA. We're gonna wrap it up when the second Renaissance comes on. You know, BDA second channel. That's when we'll wrap this one up. But yeah, I had nothing better to do tonight, man. I was supposed to go out with some chick here, but I fucking brushed it off. I'm not really feeling her, so we would rather stream and talk shit instead. Yeah, the Quags in the building, man. Shout out to the Quags, man. Yeah, yeah. I think McGregor might have been partaking in the devil's dandruff, all win sex. Jesus. Okay, John 99. I just saw both Canelo Golovkin fights again. Had Golovkin winning the first fight 7-5, but I had Canelo winning the second fight by 1 point as well. Yeah, I mean, I scored Golovkin first fight. I think I scored the first fight 8-4 Golovkin. I've not seen that fight for ages. The second fight, I think I scored it 7-5 Golovkin, but I felt it could have gone either way, in all honesty. Second fight, I wasn't too bothered about. I felt it was really close. In all honesty, the second fight was the draw. But there we go. AA boxing and blunts. I'm going to have a few blunts, a couple of dabs, and then go for a 5-mile run at midnight. I'll tell you what, mate. I've not smoked weed for fucking ages, but like doing that shit before you exercise is amazing, honestly. It really is. Cameron, who have I got in? Spence Porter. I've got Spence on points, if I'm being honest. I've got Errol Spence in that one. I think Sean Porter, he's had a long career, man. I wasn't really impressed with his performance against Ugas. I felt he lost that fight, in all honesty. I think he's coming towards the end. Errol Spence, big, strong welterweight with solid all-round technical ability. I think Spence will win on points. I think he'll have bad moments, shaky moments, but yeah, Spence on points. I would be surprised if Spence knocks him out, in all honesty. I'd be very surprised. All win sex? No, I don't, mate. I'm pretty much well, I'm not straight edge. I'm half cut, but yeah, I don't touch anything like that. In all honesty. Cameron, Devin, Devin Alexander just hit me up about an interview. Need to ask him about that arsehole tweet he put out once. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Devin's a good follow on Twitter. Devin Alexander. I like man, Devin, man. He fell off real quick though. He really did. After he lost to Sean Porter, he was done, honestly. Yeah, right hook boxing, it always ends that way, mate. We start talking boxing and then it goes south real quick when we live stream over here. Yeah, what's up, Timmy? Earn with Hearn, he's here as well. Yeah, smash the like, lads, if you can. It'd be much appreciated. Yeah, MBT. I always had the first fight to Canelo. Sorry, there we go. That's the drink talking. I always had the first fight to Golovkin. Second fight, I wasn't really too bothered. In my opinion, that was super close. Could have gone either way. Yeah, MBT against what's the dude's name? Ivan Redcatch. Alexander looked terrible. His body looked different as well. Do you know what I mean? His body looked just worn out, tired, fleshy. Like he looked terrible against Redcatch. He really did. He looked so bad, man. Yeah, man, Cameron, you're welcome, man. Don't sweat it, man. You're welcome. I'll drop a link in the chat in a sec. One sec. Right hook boxing, he had Golovkin winning both, but never rewatched the second, but felt it was closer. Yeah, I felt the second was a lot closer. One thing I will say about those fights, and it kind of gets lost on us, I think we're all guilty. The scoring of both fights takes away it takes away how good those fights really were, especially the second fight. They were great fights, but everyone just talks about the scoring, which is unfortunate, you know. Yeah, Earn with Hearn. When Devon boxed Maidana, he basically shut Maidana out. He schooled him. That's a great performance. That was the best Devon ever looked. Devon looked great that night, honestly. Yeah, Lewis, I agree. Both Golovkin and Canelo have got iron jaws, no doubt. Like Canelo in that second fight, especially, man, he took some bombs. Yeah, MBT, the second fight was my favourite. I thoroughly enjoyed that fight. That was my fight of the year last year. Who have you got, Parker versus Chisora? Parker, in all honesty. I was siding with Parker before Chisora split from Dave Coldwell. But, the uncertainty of that has just, made me more confident in Parker. I think Parker's fresher. I think overall he's a better boxer. I think he'll win the fight on points. But Chisora, he's dangerous. He applies pressure. He's rugged. I mean, Parker in the past has struggled with that type of guy. He struggled with Dillian White's roughhouse tactics. Maybe Chisora can pull something off similar. But I've got Joseph Parker winning that fight. I think he'll do it on points.
You know what, man? I've been here talking to myself for 10 fucking minutes, yeah? Trying to chime in, and I'm like, why is this cunt talking over me? And at one point I screamed, and 4 people looked around at me like I was going mad. And I just looked at them and said, shut up, I'm on the fucking phone, will you? And they were like, oh. Fucking weirdos. What's wrong with people, man? Man can't even scream at 10 o'clock at night. 9 o'clock, fuck. It's only 9 o'clock. Where's daylight savings? Help me out, boys.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even past the watershed yet. Does anybody think Adelaide Bird is hot? Asking for a friend. That is from Lewis. No. I would need eyesight as bad as her to go near that, honestly.
Man, don't be asking me these questions while I'm inebriated. I ain't fucking fair. I'm not gonna get truthful answers.
Yeah, Adelaide is not my type, put it that way.
I'd give it a slam. I'd give it a slam. A fucking choke slam through the steel cage, Mankind style.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Cameron, I agree. I think Chisora needs to knock Parker out. I don't think he can outpoint him either over a 12-round fight.
What are we talking about? Parker Chisora?
Yeah.
Is Parker a hype job?
Is Parker a hype job? I don't think so.
I mean, how good is this guy really, right? So he arguably lost to Ruiz. Ruiz is good, right? But he arguably lost that. He lost to Dillian and Joshua back-to-back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Close fight with Dillian. Lost to Joshua, kind of comfortable. Then he goes on and he fights Flores. Takes a bit of time to get him out of there. And then he fights Leopold. And in all honesty, mate, if that's what he is, because he's kind of fighting the same way all the time now. He's kind of set into this motion of being too relaxed. I don't think he's that good, in all honesty. I think this dude, like, a 40-year-old Povetkin did a better job on Hughie Fury, and a 38-year-old Pulev did a better job on Hughie Fury than Parker did.
That is true. I've been saying, though, with Joseph Parker, I think he needs to get a new trainer. I've been saying that for a long time. I think he's too comfortable with Kevin Barron.
Fuck a new trainer. I think he needs to get a pair of balls on him. That's all right.
I liked Parker on the way up. Boxer puncher, fast, quick. But the last couple of years, man, he's just plateaued, I guess, you know? He's not really got any
He
better.
hasn't improved. No, not at all.
For me, like, the Ruiz fight, in my opinion, was mad close. Ruiz got the better of the exchanges, but Parker was out jabbing him. Like, he was out jabbing him for a long period of time. I felt Parker just about won that fight personally. I know that's unpopular, but I felt Parker won that.
Well, it's your opinion.
The Dillian White fight was close. One of the knockdowns was bogus, so he can compete at that level. But it always looks like Joseph Parker's holding something back. That's the most frustrating thing. It always looks like he's not giving it. Like, it looks like he's not letting it all hang out. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not giving it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing 100%.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that's the problem. And with a fight against Chisora, if Chisora comes in on it, anything less than 100 doesn't do.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I don't know if Chisora can win a point thing, but maybe he could. On a matchroom card, in front of London fans, landing the more powerful of the shots, like going for more effective, cost-effective shots. Maybe he could win it on points. Maybe he could stop. Maybe he could drop Parker and get a split decision.
Yeah.
Maybe he could. I favour Parker because I think he's good. But is he a bit of a hype job? I think he is. I think Parker's overrated.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can see why people would come to that conclusion. My thing with Parker, I do genuinely believe the guy's got talent. I do believe he's holding something back for whatever reason, whether that's a mental thing or confidence, I don't know. I think he's better than what he's shown, but, you know, ultimately we can only go by what he's shown us recently, and he's not been impressive, if we're being honest. You know, he showed signs in the Dillian White fight, but I just want to see more from Joseph Parker. I was one of the people who rated him extremely highly on the come up, you know, but he's not really lived up to that so far, which is a shame. But he's still young. He's still young, so he's got time.
Oh, Parker's been 26 for 5 years, like Yuri's been 24 for fucking 10.
But it's mad, isn't it? He's still fucking super young. Like, we've got guys turning pro at heavyweight at 33 years old. Guys like Majidov.
Like, how much more can you learn when you've been boxing for 11 years? Like, how much more can you learn when you're entering your prime and your style is set? How much more can you surely learn?
But like, you can't change, you can't reinvent the wheel, but you can add, you know, you can make subtle changes to your style. You can add certain things. You know, look at when Marcus Maidana went to Robert Garcia. The guy's style didn't really change, but he added a jab, and he was so much more effective. You know, little things could make Parker a lot better fighter. But I don't think we'll see that if he stays with Kevin Barry. I think he needs to move trainer. I think he needs to, you know, spice things up, go somewhere else, change of scenery. I think he's too comfortable right now. And he
I think you hit the nail on the head. Robert Garcia would be great for him.
Yeah.
Robert would be great for him.
He fights like he's too comfortable as well. Do you know what I mean? He fights within himself. And I think that's just, you know, I think he needs a change. I really do. Yeah. Recognise, he says, Parker is who I thought he was. He's pretty good and could have beaten AJ. Yeah. That AJ fight was so frustrating. Like, I felt, again, in that fight, Parker could have done so much more. Joshua wasn't impressive that night. He really wasn't, but yeah, Parker just stood off Joshua, never forced the issue. I know the referee was terrible, but yeah, he should have done a lot more, in all honesty. The boss, he's saying Parker's overrated. Again, I can see that viewpoint. I don't agree personally, but I can see how somebody would come to that conclusion, so I'm not going to call you crazy. Yeah. Yo, Cam, I can see you in the... Hang on. No, you're in. Yo, what's up, Cam?
Yo, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Yeah, sorry, man. My connection might be a bit shit, so I'm just kind of trying to sort it out. I'm trying to shut this YouTube down so you can hear me a bit. But if
Yeah,
you can
you're
hear
not
me
too
fine,
bad,
that's
mate.
cool.
You're pretty clear. Yeah, you're pretty clear.
Yeah, let me just shut my YouTube down. It might be a bit better after that.
No, cool. Cool. Yeah, no, Timmy, you're right. Yeah, Chisora, yeah, he pulls in the crowd somehow, but I think he overrates his star power. I was kind of disappointed how he handled yesterday at that press conference. I'll be honest. Didn't really like how he took the shine off Taylor and Prograis, but there we go.
Thing is, like, all that thing with Chisora, that would have got ironed out before. It was Chisora putting on a show. He knew he was co-main of that. He knew what he was doing.
No, I agree, man. I mean, he signed the contract to take that fight in the first place. If he had a problem with it, why did he sign the contract? Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking hell.
Yeah, it's Chisora being Chisora, man.
Yeah. The thing is, though, Eddie Hearn will probably give him a pay rise. Like, he'll probably up his purse just for doing that. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking.
I mean, it shouldn't be the main event. I understand, in terms of the UK, they're bigger names, but Taylor and Prograis, number 1 and 2 in the division. You got 2 belts. I mean, I know you got the WBC Diamond. You got the lineal. That's a big fight, man. That really determines number 1 in that division. And Josh Taylor's one, if not to many, the best fighter in Britain right now. So
Yeah, exactly.
Should be the main.
I mean, the winner of that fight arguably could go like top 10 pound for pound, like just inside it. So
yeah, I think so. I think there's some fights in that top 10 list that I think I would personally take out for the winner of this fight.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some in there for sure.
I mean, Errol Spence, for example. I mean, like, would he have a win as good as, like, let's say Prograis beats Taylor or vice versa? Would he have a win as good as that? I'm not sure, man.
No,
I'll be honest with
I'm
you.
not too sure. I mean, I'm not too sure. The ring pound for pound rankings are right now. Because I've kind of in my own pound for pound rankings, I don't have a top 10. I was kind of like a list of 5 that I think are legit.
Yeah.
I've got like Usyk, Loma, Crawford, all them lot, the new way. But there's some in that some fights in that lower 10 that I think you could take out and put with anybody else that's kind of borderline out that top 10. And I feel like the winner of this fight will probably creep in there.
Yeah, I agree, man. I just didn't like how Chisora handled that yesterday, man. I'll be honest with you, but yeah, man, like you say, I think it's just Chisora being Chisora, playing, just playing up to his fucking personality, I guess. But
I'm going to be honest, man. The winner of this fight doesn't go into the top 10 because if they did, they'd come in at 10.
Yeah.
Because they'd have to replace Ioka or Nietes. And if they did, directly, like the week beforehand, Bostic versus Beterbiev's happened.
I guess that's true. But they're on the verge.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to feel like if the winner of this fight, Taylor Prograis, if they unify with Ramirez, they smash right through that list then.
Yeah.
Right, if they win, 100%. But so when you're looking at that sort of bottom, that top 10, you can mix and match a few fighters that are like 11th, 12th, or whoever you want. And it's going to be, a fair sort of argument. But there's some in there that I think, you've got to keep in there. But there's also some
moves to number 1 in the division. But the winner of this fight will move to number 1 in the division because they're labeling it as 1 and 2. But truth be told, boys, they're not number 1. There's a unified champion in that division who did it before they did. So they need to go and get that win to go ahead of him. But right now they're 2 and 3. Ramirez has to be number 1. He's unified.
It's true. Good point. And also, I mean, you have to say, can you put someone in the pound for pound who has got another fight in that division with 2 other belts? So there's another argument to put forward to a case that either Taylor or Prograis shouldn't be in the top 10. They could be. But at the same time, Ramirez there. Why can you put Ramirez there?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point,
Well, yeah, you can, because look at Golovkin. Golovkin's in the top 6 pound per pound on most rankings, whilst Canelo's ahead of him. But Golovkin doesn't have a fucking belt, and up until recently, Canelo had 3.
That's true, yeah, but also Golovkin just dominated that division for such a long time, hasn't he? He's been in that top 10. People thought he beat Canelo. And there's the reasons why he's there. Especially, you look how dominant he was in that division. Canelo's been at 160 for 2 years now. Whereas Golovkin was champion since when did he win that? I know it was a regular, but when was that? Like 2012. So,
I think it was even earlier than that. I think it was like 2010.
It might have been. It's between 2010 and 2012.
Yeah.
So
he's ago, man.
He's been active, man. He's been active all decade.
Yeah, it is probably earlier than that actually. Because didn't he fight? I mean, I know he fought Rosado in 2012, didn't he? And he was champion then. So I think he had that belt for a few years before that. Or Rosado might have been 2013. So yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, because I think Sturm was like, he was a champion and he got elevated because
was it in Dam as well, right? Didn't Dam have a belt? Yeah.
Yeah, and Dam. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right. It was in Dam as well. Yeah.
Yeah, what a champion in Dam was. What a fighter. Fucking hell.
Bruv. Yeah,
none of them wanted part of Golovkin.
Nah, like all those guys at that time just avoided Golovkin. So Sturm and Dam, I think Mundine, Barker, all of those guys at that time just didn't want that fight. That's
the Barker one makes me laugh the most because when Hearn, I remember that interview where he was with Hearn and Hearn literally called Barker up and said they obviously didn't go Golovkin at the time. They were like, "Do you want to fight Golovkin?" And like, hell no. They openly admitted they swerved Golovkin, Barker. And he was destroyed anyway.
Yeah, but didn't Hearn at the time think, "Oh, who the fuck's Golovkin? That's an easy fight."
That's what he said. Yeah, he called him out and goes, "Oh, this guy." They called me out saying, "Do you want to fight this Golovkin for a decent amount of money?" And then obviously they knew who Golovkin was.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, who have you guys got in Beterbiev, Vodzik? Who have you guys got?
That's such a close fight, man. I like the fight because both guys have shown to be vulnerable. Gvozdyk, I think Gvozdyk's hot and cold. I think, in some fights he turns up, some fights he hasn't turned up. But Beterbiev, again, look at him against Callum Johnson. If Beterbiev hits you, he's going to knock you out. He's going to clean you out. Arguably probably the strongest puncher in that division in terms of one punch. He'll either walk free, but he can also be caught. He got knocked down by, I can't remember what he got knocked down early in his career.
Yeah, Jeff Page.
That's it, yeah. Jeff Page, and and he got knocked down by Callum Johnson as well. So, and Gvozdyk can punch, but also Gvozdyk can be hit. I feel like Gvozdyk technically is probably more sound than Beterbiev, but it's whether or not he can handle the pressure of Beterbiev. So I don't think I've seen Gvozdyk. I know Stevenson was there, but I don't think he's going to see any pressure like he has from Beterbiev for as long as he's in there. So it's too close to call right now. I feel like Gvozdyk probably edges it out, but I'm not confident.
What a fight! What a fight! Real fast, Al. Let recognise him.
Oh shit! It's recognised it. Damn! I didn't even see him. Yo, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? I'm recognised.
I'm good.
Recognise, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a piss and get a drink. You guys just chat for a bit, yeah?
No problem.
Yeah, sure. I'll give me thoughts on the Vodzik Beterbiev fight. And I'm probably going to turn into I'll probably turn into a salesman here, man. But truth is, you have a lineal unified light heavyweight title fight. During the entire time of Adonis Stevenson and Kovalev, we never got that. And now we've got a unification lineal light heavyweight fight between Artur Beterbiev, amazing amateur, world championships, versus Alexander Vodzik. Russia versus Ukraine, Vodzik. Retired Stevenson, put him in a coma. Accumulation puncher. Upright stance, but knows how to take the angle. Knows how to move his feet. Been down, vulnerable, Karpency. On the other hand, Beterbiev down against Johnson. Lightning jab from Beterbiev. The accumulation style. The pivot off of Vodzik. The come forward brutality of Beterbiev. Someone's getting put to sleep. I don't know who it is. I'm picking Vodzik because I always favour the boxer over the puncher. But anyone can win this. I am literally just picking one of them. I don't have any rhyme or reason. It's just literally a pick 'em. If you're in that area, go to that fight. Because that's one for the books. This is the fight of the year. This is... Yeah. I'm not a fan of Bob Arum, but this is boxing porn. That's what this is. It's pure boxing pornography.
Yeah, this is the fight. I don't stay up for many fights, but this is the fight I'll be staying up for. I'll have you can put this on UK pay-per-view and I'll buy it. For me, it's literally that close to call. Like when I say I'll pick Vodzik to win, I then look back and think I can see Beterbiev cleaning him out. What are your thoughts, Nick? Recognise, because I'm stuck with this one. I think Gvozdyk edges it, but
No, I don't blame you guys. I usually go with the. To me, it's like I go back and forth. It's not like I'm just gonna stick with one. I mean, I think I'm leaning more towards Beterbiev because he just reminds me. And I know you guys been watching boxing, and I'm sure you've seen this. He just reminds me of one of these guys that, their strength beats, like, if a guy has better boxing, like, not better boxing skills. It's just that he does things better, like better footwork. Maybe he even throws better combinations with, his defense is a little tighter. Uh, You know, Beterbiev reminds me of the kind of guy that has the kind of strength to beat that. Like, maybe he's not as good as the guy, as Fosdick in terms of that, but like his strength to me seems like, he's built like fucking. I feel like him and Khabib are like related or something. They got this skin that it's like iron. I don't know if it's a Chechnyan thing. I have no idea, but it's like this Wolverine build, and again, I go back and forth because I could see Volsdick winning the fight off things that he does a little bit better than, or he does better than Beterbiev. But I'm gonna give it to slight edge. I'm gonna go with Beterbiev in this fight. But it obviously it could go either way. It could go either way. I can see
Yeah.
both of them winning on the scorecards, and I can see both of them getting a late round stoppage.
Yeah.
That's what I like about this fight.
thing is, on the other hand, but Beterbiev for me, he's such a good fighter. But if you look at his recent fights, not even the Cam Johnson fight, but even a Colin fight, there's kind of periods of inactivity there. I didn't think he looked that great against Colin. I don't think he looked that great against Callum Johnson. There's bouts of any activity there, so that's why I kind of favour Gvozdyk, simply because the fact that Beterbiev's maybe not been as active. But then again, he's not got any wear and tear either. I think he's had like 12 fights. So
Yeah,
it's intriguing.
he's had like 13 fights in 6 years. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, I mean, he's not got any wear and tear, but on the flip side, he's been inactive. Like, it could go either way, man. I've got Beterbiev. I'm favouring Beterbiev. For me, my whole thing with that fight, to me, I just feel like Vodcik has to be more perfect than Beterbiev in that fight. Do you know what I mean? Like with Beterbiev.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Yeah.
Like the guy, Vodcik against Stevenson, he showed he had a great chin. He took some good shots. He weathered the storm extremely well. But Stevenson will stand off you. He boxes from range. He'll pick his shots. Beterbiev gives you no breathing room whatsoever, man. And like Vodcik, to me, in certain fights, he looks like he can be flustered, kind of thing. If Beterbiev rushes him, gets to the inside, collapses the pocket, I don't know, man. Honestly, something tells me Beterbiev wins, but
But there's the flip side.
yeah,
There's
like
the
Cam,
flip side.
like Cam said, like he's open as fuck.
Beterbiev is open, so is Vojtic. But do you know what's one big thing here? I feel like Beterbiev may have quitted him.
Do you think?
I feel he's fragile. I think he's a full track bully.
Yeah.
Did you see his fight? I know it was in the amateurs, but did you see his fight with Usyk?
Yeah.
Fucking good
Yeah.
fight.
Great fight.
Something to what Mark just said. As soon as he said he may have a bit of quitting, I'm not gonna say I agree with that, but there is something that happened in that Usyk fight where I don't know what it is, but it looked like Beterbiev was frustrated.
I thought I saw that in the Callum Johnson fight when Callum Johnson was landing,
Yeah,
kind of flurries. I thought Beterbiev, defensively he was very leaky. It looked like he was kind of a bit bamboozled by what was going on. And it's only because
that's
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Callum Johnson, as soon as Callum Johnson, Beterbiev got back into the fight, he was good. But Callum Johnson, as soon as he was having success, Beterbiev seemed like he was a bit clueless what to do. That's what I saw.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, Cam, that I'm not saying that he was gonna quit or anything like that, but I was looking at him. I was like, is he like fucking like confused or frustrated? Because I'm not saying that means he would quit. It's just that it was just something that when Mark said it, made me instantly think about the Usyk and Beterbiev fight in the Olympics.
Yeah, it's a fascinating fight, man. Honestly, it's a great fight. Beterbiev, for me though, he's open for certain shots that Vosic throws. Like he's open to straight punches, especially the straight right. You saw that in the Kaladzic fight. He was getting caught a lot of that shot. For me, Vosic's straight right is one of the best in the business. Honestly,
Fuck yeah.
Like he can time you coming in, and if he catches Beterbiev, he could knock him clean out. But
Yeah,
it's just it's something tells me Beterbiev does it. But again, that's my gut feeling. Honestly, if I had to bet money on it, I wouldn't want to bet on this fight. In all honesty, I think Vosic's a slight favourite from the last I checked, but
I agree with what you're saying, Dale. Especially when you look at the Gvozdyk with how accurate he is with that right hand. And you see like guy, Beterbiev. When you fought Jeff Page caught him with shots, and Jeff Page is so limited, man. He's not done anything. Cam Johnson as well. He's so leaky defensively. It's like Beterbiev for me. I feel like he gets so confident in his own offense. Defensively, he does forget something sometimes. And when you find someone like Gvozdyk, you're gonna have to be on it, because if he does the same things and makes the same mistakes as Gvozdyk, I can see him getting cleaned out himself.
Yeah, Beterbiev has that puncher's arrogance. Like he thinks his power's enough to just fucking go for anybody, but like he forgets about defense. He forgets about that he leaves himself open. That's a good point, But
can we all agree on one thing though? If Vosdik stops Beterbiev, he's top 10 pound for pound without any question.
Yeah,
lineal unified light heavyweight champion.
And
he would have had Stevenson and Beterbiev on his resume
in the last year as well.
With that alone, could put him in the top 5, man.
100% top 10. Yeah, I think so.
Man, that's a good fight.
That's the deepest division, bro. Like anybody who could be it's a long way to do that. But anybody who turns up on top, let's say fighting the Bivens, the Kovalevs, Turbiev, and Vosdik, anybody who gets through that, I think for me, man, I'm gonna start looking at them as top 5, top 3.
The thing is, Aram's got these fighters, man. Apart from Bivol, he's got Kovalev as well. Aram's got these guys. He can make these fights happen. Yeah, I know that Kovalev, talking about cannot fight, but I'd rather see. I know he's going to go for the money at this point of his career, but I'd like to see the winner of this fight Kovalev or Bivol. Let's get these guys fighting. Because this is, like you said, recognised, a deep division. Who knows who the best man in that division is? I think on merit, Kovalev on resume, but in terms of who I think is the man to beat, it is the winner of the Beterbiev Gvozdyk. But we need to get these fights happening. I want to see who the man in that division is.
Yeah, I've got a sneaky feeling Bivol could come out on top. But
I agree. In terms of the age and youth and probably potential, he looks like he's the most promising one. But at the same time, can he handle guys like Beterbiev and Kovalev with that pressure, because he's not fought anybody like them yet? I know Barrera, decent win, but once you step up to that level, it's going to see what Bill was actually made of. Especially size, but the guys like Beterbiev and that, they have more of a size advantage over Bivol. But in terms of
Bivol's small, isn't it? He's quite small.
He is. He goes to 68. He goes to 68. He said that himself. He goes to 68 for Callum Smith. He's a smaller guy. Whereas guys, the other guys can't move down. But again, Bivol looks good at 75. He's got the power. He's hurt guys. They're top level. So we'll see.
Yeah, Bivol's fighting soon. By the way, he's fighting on the Usyk undercard. So hopefully he fights someone half decent. But who's he going to fight?
No way. Hold on. He's fighting on that undercard. What? How many weeks' notice is this? 5 weeks' notice. We're finding out about this. Yeah, and we don't know who his opponent is. Come on, he's fighting no one.
At best, it's going to be someone like Callum Johnson. At best. Yeah,
makes sense. I actually think Bivol for me. He needs to be looking at a big fight by the end of the year or early New Year. Especially. Kovalev's going to be tied up. Probably have another fight. The winner of this. It's Bivol. The winner of Gvozdyk, Beterbiev is not going to fight again this year. So who's he going to fight? You look at who's the top sort of guy. It's not even going to be a top-rated, top 15 guy, is it?
Jesse Hart, I heard. Rumours.
Zordo Ramirez, maybe.
Yeah,
do you think Aaron would put Ramirez in there with Bivol and kind of this notice?
Nah.
Who's Ramirez fought? Has he even fought at 75 yet? Did he fight?
Carpensy.
He fought Carpensy.
Carpensy.
He looks quite good,
Did he go to distance with Carpensy, or did he stop him?
Yeah, he stopped him. He stopped him in 4 or 5, I think.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
He
Ramirez
actually
is not
looked,
exactly
he actually looked really good, man. He looked filled out and everything. He looked like that's what you needed was the extra 7.
Yeah, I wasn't
he's
impressed
another
with him at
one.
68.
He's another one, 6'2", 6'3". So yeah, you're probably right. 175 is probably where he needs to be.
Yeah, I wasn't
been
impressed with him
saying
at 68. Man.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while, though. I know he never looked great at 68, but I always saw something. I always saw something in Ramirez. For me, he's one of those guys who he does all the basics well, and people who can do that go far usually in boxing. Look at Badu Jack, never done anything outstanding in any one area, but he did all the basics well, and that can take you a long way in itself. So I think Ramirez is going to be a tough fight for anybody at 175. I'm not saying he beats these guys at all, but he's no scrub. To be honest with you, I think he's a good fighter.
He's a good fighter, yeah. I mean, I wasn't too impressed with him at 68. I was a bit disappointed he didn't fight, a real top guy at 68. I know he fought, Jesse Hart and guys like that, but he fought fucking Max Bursak. I think it's a bit of a waste of talent at 68. You know what I mean? So we'll see what he does at 75.
Yeah, like heavyweight, man. There's some fights to be made, man, and it's starting to sort itself out. Bivol though, Bivol's on the outside looking in. He's on the zone. Everyone else is with Aram, so hopefully he gets those fights. I think he might need to leave the zone. Maybe. Well, I don't know, man. But
Bivol, yeah, he's on the other end of the pond. I know that Hearn and Aram make fights, but Bivol's kind of in this. It's like Charlie with a PBC with a middleweight. He's in a land of his own because all the other guys are on another network.
Yeah, but the thing is though, they're actually willing to make unifications, Arm and Hearn.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look at Ramirez and they made a Ramirez fight. Yeah, Ramirez and Hooker fight. So I guess you're right on that one.
The one thing about Eddie Hearn and if you look at Bob Arum's history, the one thing about them, they're willing to make these fights, and if it doesn't work out their way, it's okay, kind of thing. Where the PBC just looks like they're trying to avoid shit like that. I don't have power over that guy, so if it's a close fight, it goes either way. So I think Cam was saying, I think a guy like Charlo, and I want Charlo to get his shot. I really do. I want him to get his shot. I think that kid's gonna have to. It's best for him. I'm not gonna say he has to, but it's best for him to go to the zone.
Yeah,
100%.
So he could get these fights.
The thing is though, Charlo's not exactly tied to a promoter. He's got an advisor. There's no reason why he can't sign a 2 or 3 fight deal with the zone. Honestly.
And that's obviously not really his decision, right? Because if it was his decision, he would go where the money's at, right? So I mean, at least I would think so. I would think that okay, you put 2 things in play right away. You put opportunity to fight these guys, and second, or first, excuse me, the money aspect. I mean, look. Anybody here, man, we can say what we say. We love boxing and everything, but if you put your body to be at peak shape, right, where you're above normal, you want to get paid for that. At least I would. I know I would want to get paid good money, especially when I know that there's an offer out there.
Yeah,
that somebody's willing to give me to make the top money. I'm not saying I got to be the best, but top money. Where I'm above average even in that. And then you get the opportunity if that's what he really wants. If that's what he wants to prove that he could be the best middleweight. What perfect place than go to the zone. You can get a fight with Demetrius Andrade.
Yes, sir. It's a great
Triple
fight.
G, Canelo.
Even Jacobs, man.
Yeah.
Guys like Jacobs.
Even Jacobs, yeah, I agree with that. Jacobs, you can make the Jacobs fight.
I mean, they were talking about that
Billy
fight,
Joe
weren't they?
Saunders.
Saunders.
Billy Joe
all
Saunders.
the top guys are there.
Billy Joe Saunders, who's with the zone now. Look, Billy Joe Saunders, right? He was a guy that at one point for me, I said, he would never end up with Eddie Hearn, and look what happened.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
I remember thinking that to myself that I don't think that'll ever happen, but it did.
Man,
Jamal
Charlo's fucking I'll put it this way. The last time that guy fought a fight anybody gave a damn about, was back end of 2016 against Julian Williams. The guy's done fuck all since. He needs to make a
Oh,
decision.
you're talking about Jamal. You're talking about Jamal.
Arguably
Yeah.
lost to Korobov, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jamal.
Like, he's done fuck all in recent times. Like, he's looked bad against Korobov, arguably lost. Looked terrible against Brandon Adams. The guy's just fucking.
And he's ended up with a belt as well, man. He's got that fucking belt. This is what I say to people who hype up Charlie. He's done absolutely nothing to deserve the fight against Canelo at 160. Absolutely nothing, man.
Exactly.
He got handed the belt.
Yeah. The thing is, though, I liked Charlo at 154. I felt he looked good. I know he was big for the weight. I get that, but he looked a lot more dynamic. Like the shot he dropped Julian Williams with, the uppercut where he step back, uppercut. Now that's a sick shot. That's not. It doesn't take. It takes a good fighter to pull that off. But since then, man, he's looked. I don't know, man. He just doesn't look like the same fighter. He really doesn't.
I'll tell you one thing: the last Julian Williams that I saw looks like he would beat Charlo now.
But he looked good, man, against Jarrett.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he beat him at his own game.
He would, but I'm gonna say for sure. But he looked like he'll be a fucking he'll be a nightmare for Jamal.
Yeah.
I mean, the one issue though with Williams is Williams looked brilliant against Horde, but Horde's open as hell. Horde doesn't know how to jab. Charlo can jab. We all know that. He's got an alright jab on him. But also, he's definitely a bigger puncher than Jarrett Horde. No question.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, Jamal? Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, he is. And that'd be the weakness for Williams. Williams with someone who can really bang and catch you at the end of the 1-2.
But I mean, isn't that how he knocked out Williams in the first fight?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
But like
you can
he has the
argue
right weapons to beat Williams.
You can argue he was winning that fight until he got fucking crushed.
It was a good fight.
Yeah, man. Because
he got
fucking iced.
Julian was outboxing him, but like as soon as he felt the power, man, like you could tell, like
he got folded up like a suitcase, man. Let's be real.
Yeah, he got dropped with a jab. I think the first knockdown was a jab. I want to say.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was a jab. Yep.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. Like, and the way Charlo finished it was a beautiful shot, man. That uppercut, that's a beautiful shot. But like I said, man, since then he's done fuck all. He needs to do something. Like what? But what can he do over at the PBC? What fights are there for him? Eubank Jr. maybe. That's the only one.
I think they're gonna build him up. I think they're gonna take this.
Eubank Jr. Jack
maybe they can drag.
Maybe
they can drag Jermaine Taylor out of retirement.
Derevianchenko maybe after the Golovkin fight.
Yeah, you could do that.
Jermaine Taylor.
Jermaine Taylor never lost his IBF belt after being Sam Sulaiman. He should come back and fight Charlo.
Yeah, by the way, it always makes me laugh. Like, Lou DiBello, yeah? Like, that guy on Twitter, he's always fucking virtue signaling about boxing, like about various issues, drug testing and all that shit. This guy fucking promoted Jermaine Taylor when the guy this was after he had a fucking brain bleed and all sorts. Like, that guy gives a fuck. Fucking.
He was promoting when he fought Pavlik, man.
Yeah.
DiBello was around
That I can't stand Lou DiBello. Fucking can't stand him. Honestly.
I mean, he's Al Heyman's sidekick now. Remember the days when he promoted fights like Martinez? And I think he might have promoted the actual Martinez-Paul Williams fight for that fight fucking fell through.
Yeah, no, I think he did,
Yeah. And look what he's doing now.
He's basically fucking Al's bitch, basically. Like, wasn't Lou DiBello like, he was in charge of HBO as well, I think, at one point. I swear he was.
He was part of it because that was when he was promoting the Martinez-Paul Williams fight. That was on HBO. That was on HBO pay-per-view, I believe.
He was like when it came to like boxing, HBO boxing, he was like a dude that helped put on events. Like he was helping HBO with that. I forgot what the title is, but Doughboy, you're right. This was like, I can remember him having a job like that in the 90s, in the late 90s.
Yeah.
With HBO. He was pretty big time. He was big time. He just, I look, man, I don't know if Al Heyman's paying these guys good. He probably does, I'm thinking, but they're like, DiBello kind of like, I thought he was going to be a big time promoter eventually, but it never worked out that way.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But nah, fucking, I can't stand the dude. In all honesty, something about him just fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't tend to. I kind of tend to overlook Lou DiBella interviews when I get brought up his suggestions on my YouTube. I will be honest.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the dude, to be honest, man. I'm not a fan at all. Like
Man, I'm telling you right now, I think Lou DiBella is one bad fighter away from turning into Frank Maloney. Not even joking.
Make it happen. Make it happen. Who's he got right now? I don't even know who he's got.
I think it's
Hashtag
a
make-
Yeah, I think he just does
Go
his
ahead, man.
Heyman things, doesn't he? Like, I don't think he's actually got his own fighters. I think he just does Heyman. Like, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think if he's actually a promoter now, but I don't think he is.
He is a
Yeah.
promoter. He's still got Lou DiBella Promotions, but yeah, he's just
No
operating
big-time
under the
fighters, is
Heyman
he?
banner. It's
Yeah.
just under the Heyman banner. Pretty much. Same thing as
Yeah.
what's his face? Your man.
Yeah, Tom Brown,
Who's the-
whatever his name is.
Dude, DiBella
The other
did
one
not
as well.
want to put Sergio Martinez.
Schaefer.
in
Schaefer.
Triple G.
Yeah, you're right.
The other one, isn't he?
He annoys me as well.
Yeah, DiBella, yeah, he never wanted to make Golovkin Martinez back in the day.
They were running
no,
from
'cause-
that fight, bro.
Golovkin would have walked through Martinez. Man, Martinez always liked getting to a brawl, and Golovkin would have took him out. That's my opinion on that.
Golovkin
I
would have
agree.
went through him like a laxative. He would
Yeah,
have went through him like a laxative.
Martinez
I-
couldn't help
yeah.
but get himself into a war, man. Like, Martinez always stood toe to toe at some point. Golovkin would have wiped him out. I never understood the people thought Martinez would have won that fight. There's no way he would have gone 12 rounds with Golovkin.
I used to like Martinez as well, man, back in the day. I really did, but like stylistically, he's not the guy who beats Golovkin, man.
No, he's not. No.
Man.
He didn't have the
Yeah,
chin
I'll
either.
be back. I'll be back in a bit, boys.
Yeah, he got dropped by the likes of what was it? Macklin,
Yeah,
fucking Chavez. I think did Pavlik drop him as well? Like he got dropped by fucking loads of guys.
Yeah,
I think
Pavlik dropped him.
I mean, Martinez scored Pavlik after, right? But yeah, he did get dropped. But Martinez, for me, I mean, you see, Martinez was always a really good boxer, good to watch, flashy, fast, really accurate. But once, for some reason, he always took into a brawl. As soon as he would get hit, or even not even hurt, as soon as he gets stunned, he'd get into a brawl and he'd stand there. And he would never be able to help himself with that. He did it with Chavez. He didn't have to do that in the round 12. And realistically, that round 12 arguably ended his career at top level. He didn't have to get into that. And Golovkin would have took him out at some point, but Martinez probably should have fought him. We're talking before he got really kind of injured, maybe after the Chavez fight before that. Would have been a really good fight, but Golovkin would have destroyed him.
Yeah, I think P-Rog would have beat Martinez back then as well.
Yeah, he would have as well. Yeah,
I think
that would have been a good fight. Pirog Golovkin.
Pirog would have gave Golovkin some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that got
I thought it
scheduled.
was supposed to happen, wasn't it? That was scheduled, that fight.
I'm not saying he fought like him, but he kind of reminded me of like coming forward, like Lomachenko. I mean, without the angles, he could come forward, make you miss, and catch you with some big shots.
Yeah, P-Rog, man, he was supposed to fight Golovkin, but then he got a back injury, never been seen since.
No,
Like,
he wasn't he talking about a comeback a few years ago?
Yeah, he was.
Wrong. Yeah, he was. I mean, that never came together, but
It's a shame, man.
Yeah, he would have been a real force at 160 if he stayed there. But I mean, that Golovkin fight would have been a hell of a. I actually thought a good fight for Golovkin would have been. I'm not saying he would have won because I think he would have destroyed him, but I think Andy Lee would have really put on Golovkin for a few rounds. And I think Andy Lee would have been a good fight for Golovkin, man. That's my opinion.
Yeah, wasn't that scheduled as well?
Yeah, Andy Lee's the only, to this day, when Golovkin was in his prime, Andy Lee's the only champion to actually sign a contract to fight Golovkin. All the rest avoided it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think his dad died or something like that.
Yeah, it was after the Korbov fight.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So Andy Lee signed up for it, but Golovkin's father passed, so yeah, he couldn't take the fight. But yeah, man, you're right. That's the only fucking guy who actually signed up. Well, Lemieux, I guess. But when Golovkin was smashing everyone up, like he was like the only guy.
I mean, Lemieux cashed out in that Golovkin.
Yeah.
And so, Andy Lee actually wanted to fight Golovkin. He thought he could beat Golovkin, whereas Lemieux just kind of got thrown in to cash out.
Yeah. Man, it's a shame we never got those fights back then. Like P-Rog, obviously that was what it was. Andy Lee. Yeah, Golovkin could have had a couple of more names on the resume if like shit panned out differently. But
If champions actually shown their champion spirits and fought him, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Sturm and Dam early in their days, Martinez, Barker, all these guys you've mentioned, they didn't want to fight him. This is why so many people shit on Golovkin, his resume, which is understandable. But even though the champions didn't fight him, I've always said this: Golovkin's resume is impressive for sort of the reign he had. He eliminated all the top contenders. Let's be real. Murray, at the time Golovkin fought him, only arguably beat the two guys he lost to. Like, definitely beat Sturm. Martinez was questionable. I mean, all these guys were really good. Gill, some of these guys are top guys, man. But if some of these champions go on them fought, we wouldn't even talk about a different sort of legacy for Golovkin.
that's what I'm saying, though. You made a good point. So, like, a lot of people who criticize Golovkin, listen, man, I'm not sitting here and saying his resume is great because it's not. But first and foremost, he fought everybody who actually got in there with him. But a lot of people don't have knowledge of how the division was back then when he fought these guys. So like Gill, Murray, Lemieux, all of these guys were top contenders. Like he signed to fight P-Rock, he wanted to fight Andy Lee, he wanted to fight all these guys, but stuff happened and it panned out how it panned out. But a lot of people when they talk about Golovkin, they don't really take the whole. They don't take into account everything what happened. Like obviously Universum fucked Golovkin over with Sturm. That kind of held him back. Like he never got an easy break kind of thing. But
I mean, he did it until he started sliding. I mean, he got the big break with Canelo and Jacobs fought him, but they only did it when they saw that he was sliding and had some questionable performances.
Yeah, because when Golovkin was smashing people up, what did Jacobs say? Oh, I want like $9-10 million to fight him.
Yeah.
Like,
and as soon as they saw a welterweight and Kell Brook put it on him, they thought, let's get in there. Let's get in there and do something. As soon as he started sliding and showing a bit of decline, he's not there yet. I still think Golovkin's got a good year or two left at top level. He's on his way out. That's evident. I think he's got enough to beat Derevenko, but I don't think he's got much longer left in the sort of top division. What is he now? 36, 37?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as he got to around 34, these guys don't want to get in there, and it's just a shame, man, because Golovkin, who fought the likes of Gill, I think he would have smashed Jacobs. I think he would have smashed Canelo. That's my own opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Well, he beat Canelo, didn't he? Let's be honest about it. But
yeah, he did. Yeah, I actually had Canelo win his second fight.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
The first one had Golovkin winning handily.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. It's like with boxing, man. Like certain fighters get. It's not just like how good you are. It's what breaks you get. Like it's who you're promoted by. It's like all that shit's got to be considered.
That's true. But a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of casual boxing fans don't understand. Aligning yourself with certain people, you get more opportunity. And like you guys said, man, Golovkin did with what he had. He was very impressive with the guys that did step in there. And these were, like you said, also these were ex-champions, top 10 fighters, that he was fighting. He was taking on all those competition, and he pretty much destroyed them. So for me, his resume is good. When it comes to the middleweight, the history of middleweight fighters, his resume is up there because he fought the guys that the ex-champions, the top 10 level guys, whether you think they have no names. I mean, guys like Marvin Hagler did the same thing too.
Yeah, exactly.
Marvin Hagler got his break when he started when the welterweights and a lightweight came up. When Roberto Duran, that was his first big win. And if you guys ever saw that fight, that was a tough fight for Marvin Hagler. I mean, I don't think it takes anything away from Marvin Hagler. I just think that Roberto Duran is that great that he can even moving up to fight one of the greatest middleweights of all time, and probably past his prime, could still give a legendary middleweight a tough fight.
Yeah,
I've got a bit of what's up, Nes Mendoza and Charles? What's going on, bro? I just want to, and Serge Media in chat saying Golovkin's, he still thinks Golovkin's the same to him than he always was. I actually don't see that personally. I actually think Golovkin's kind of lost a bit of his killer instinct. I think his body work's not the same. I don't think he's as aggressive as he was, as hungry as he was. That's my own opinion. That's from what I've seen since maybe the Jacobs fight. I think he doesn't go to the body as much as he did. I don't think Golovkin's the same as he was maybe 3-4 years ago. That's my own opinion.
I agree with that. I'm gonna agree with that because at first I thought maybe it was a styles thing, and I think it still comes down to you got to give Danny Jacobs some credit for avoiding getting crushed, and Canelo for at least taking away the combination of the lead left and the right. You got to give those guys credit, but at the same time,
yeah, 100%.
It does seem like he became complacent with just jabbing your face off.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with that as well, because you can kind of counter what I was saying. Yeah, you can say that he stepped up to the elite level and these guys were able to avoid the punch that other guys got caught with. So maybe I think it's a mixture of both. I'd have to say. I think that there is areas where Golovkin. I thought there was areas in the Canelo fight where he had Canelo on the ropes and he could have gone to the body a bit more to wear Canelo down, but he didn't. I thought his openings there, but at the same time, Canelo is an elite fighter. So I think it's a mixture of both in that sense.
Yeah, that's one thing.
If you look at that 10th round, Del Boy, I think that's the round that he hurt when he in the second fight when he hurt Canelo. I think he went for it right there, just couldn't get the job done. I think the punch he was looking for to take Canelo out, that was, I think in his mind, that was it. That's the punch he was looking for. It just, he couldn't pull the trigger. I mean, he hurt Canelo and he had him on the ropes, but you got to give Canelo credit because he's a strong dude and he's young and he's he's a good fighter and all that. But I think that's what he was looking for the whole time, the two fights versus Canelo. And I don't take nothing away from it, but I think that maybe, like Cam said 3 or 4 years ago, if he catches Canelo with that punch, it's over.
I think OmniSearch is saying the chat. I think OmniSearch may be right. Maybe it is a case of these guys being better than the likes of Murray and the guys that Golovkin fought before. I think the next fight against Derevchenko will tell us a lot about where Golovkin's at. Steve Rolls really didn't. I think this Derevchenko fight will be the kind of the fight where we'll be like, okay, Golovkin's still got it or he hasn't got it like he did. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the fight that will tell us.
Do you know what? I totally agree. I think Derevchenko, he's a solid top 10 guy. He'll put it on you. Like he will show us what Golovkin's got left. He really will. I totally agree. I think that's a good fight.
Goes in there. It is a good fight. Golovkin goes in there and does a real sort of dominant job. Then maybe people will clamour for a third Canelo fight.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, I'm interested, especially as well, like with Jonathan Banks as well. I like what I've seen so far with Jonathan Banks. In the training footage prior to Steve Rolls, they was working on different things, more fluidity, and you could see some of that come through in that Steve Rolls fight. I want to see more of that in this fight with Derevchenko. I want to see Golovkin use that jab more, work the body, be a bit more fluid, move his head more.
Yeah,
I want to see Golovkin go back to that more amateur style. You know how Kovalev said he's changed his style when he's gone with Buddy McGirt.
Yeah.
I want to see that from Golovkin. Box more. Just use your skills. You're an Olympian. You're a silver medalist. Just fall back on that. See where that takes you, kind of thing.
I thought it was pretty evident actually when he was on the pads. I know it's called pad work, but before he fought Rolls, I looked at the pad work and there's Fight Hub. I think did some footage of it. I thought there was a lot more creativity in his training with Banks than there was when he was with Abel Sanchez.
Yeah.
But I think that first Steve Rolls fight was good to get out of the way because I think we'll see more of that in the Derevchenko fight because they would have had 2 camps together. So if they can take that creativity offensively into the Derevchenko fight, I wouldn't be surprised. If Golovkin actually stops Derevchenko because I thought he looked really good in training with Banks compared to Sanchez. Seemed to be getting to a bit of a routine with Golovkin with the training, the same thing over and over again. Whereas I think Banks has implemented a lot more creativity in what he's doing. Selective. It's kind of punch variety. I think there was more to it.
I agree, man. Like with Banks on the pads, you could tell Golovkin was so much more fluid. Varying the power on his shots, moving his head. Changing hand speed up. He was he was a lot more versatile on the pads. Against Steve Rolls, you could see some of that come through, but he kind of reverted the type as that fight went on. But I saw signs, of a new partnership against Derevinchenko. Like I said, I want to see Golovkin, incorporate more of that, Jonathan Banks, input, I guess. But we'll see, man. I think you're right, though. I think you nailed it when you said this fight will tell us what Golovkin's got left. I think Derevinchenko's that type of fighter where he'll ask those questions of Golovkin. I think it's a great fight. I think it's going to tell us, like you say, what Golovkin's got left and how long he's got to go. I think he'll win, but it's how he wins for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think right now I'm looking at maybe Golovkin on points in a pretty competitive fight. That's what I think will happen. Off the top of my head, I don't think he'll stop Derevinchenko. I think at this point, he'll get a kind of a clear points decision. But we'll see.
Yeah,
I don't know. What do you recognise? I don't know if he's still there or not.
I think he is.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Oh, he is still there. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Golovkin by late stoppage in that one. I think he'll take him out late on, to be honest with you. But I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun ass fight. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be a tear up, 100%. 100%. 1 second, fuck's sake.
Has the undercard been announced for that fight yet? Was there any undercard fights?
I saw some names, I think what's his face? What's that? 1 second. I saw some names the other day. Oh fuck me. 1 second.
I'm expecting a few sort of solid undercard fights, co-main.
Yeah, I think what's 1 second. I'm gonna have a look.
I bet Herm will get a few of his young sort of guys. He's signed on that to get a bit of a exposure. I know he's just signed Herm signed that heavyweight, hasn't he? That world champion. That's the guy. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what he does in the pros.
Yeah, he beat fucking AJ Daichko, Savon.
Yeah,
he basically beat everyone in the amateurs, man. So,
I mean, it's gonna be another one like Joyce. Though you're gonna have to get a bit of a move on, right? Was he like 32?
Yeah, he's 32. Yeah. He's 33 this month,
yeah.
September. Like the guy though, he's fucking made for the pro ranks. So fucking aggressive. He punches hard. But yeah, you're right, man. They need to move him quickly.
Yeah, he's going to need like a development, like a bit like a Herkovic. The way they've moved Herkovic. Yeah, they're going to have to move it within like 8 fights. He's going to be at that sort of level where he's going to be looking at a top rank contender. You'd have to say.
Yeah, they need to get him ranked as soon as possible. Yeah, by
the way, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries, man. No worries.
Now, I use my phone, so sometimes I get phone calls and it'll interrupt by accident. But go ahead.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. Now, what are your thoughts on Golovkin Derevinchenko?
I think it's a good fight. I if you look at Derevinchenko, he can counterpunch, and the one thing about Golovkin is that you're going to see the opportunity. He's going to have those opportunities to counterpunch Golovkin. I think he's capable of doing it and giving him a tough fight. Not only that, he could, remember, amateur-wise, he's just as experienced, and professional-wise, I know he's only had 15 fights or 16, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys, I don't think he's going to get overwhelmed by Golovkin's experience. What I think is going to happen is that Golovkin might be too strong for him. That's what I'm banking on. If I was a betting man, I think he's gonna give Golovkin a lot of problems. He might go the distance. Maybe Triple G knocks him down and wins on points in a competitive, but.
Yeah, I've got Golovkin. Yeah, I've got Golovkin late.
I think it'll be late.
And by the way,
that happens.
Yeah, And by the way, Cameron, on the undercard, you've got Ivan Baranchik. He's fighting Gabriel Bracero, so he's on the undercard. Ivan
Yeah, I
Baranchik.
guess that's Branchik's first fight back after Taylor, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. I'm expecting Branchik to be another big fight after this one.
yeah,
I wouldn't want to see Branchik against Hooker, man. I wouldn't want to see that fight.
yeah. That'd be a good fight, you know. That'd be a really good fight. I think Baranchik's still got something to offer in that division. To be honest, I think he's a good fighter.
He's a brute, man, isn't he? Like that guy's physique.
Yeah, he looks like he's
doesn't-
been made in a lab. Like he's fucking. He looks like a mini Hulk. Like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I think him and Hooker stylistically would be a good matchup.
Yeah, do you know what? I think he could beat Hooker. Just for pressure, I think Hooker.
Yeah.
Hooker from range, he's good, but like once someone gets on the inside, man, I think he's lacking on the inside.
I wouldn't mind seeing him against Postal either. I think Branchik Postal will be a fan-friendly fight. But
Yeah. Apparently, Postal's fighting Ramirez soon.
That's not bad. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. Postal looked good against Josh Taylor.
Well, look, Postal will look better against Ramirez in the fight against Ramirez than fucking Catterall's going to, man.
Oh, that's a terrible fight. God, that was a dog shit fight, man.
Yeah, the worst fight I saw last year, I think it was last year, was fucking Catterall Taylor. That's fucking awful, man. No, what I'm saying, Taylor. So what?
O'Hara Davis.
Yeah, O'Hara Davis.
That was abysmal. One of the worst fights I've ever seen domestically.
Yeah, it's terrible. Going up to that fight, I was looking forward to it. This is a good fight, you know, but like fucking hell.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Terrible.
O'Hara Davis has done nothing since that fight either. I fucking thought Vasquez, thought he lost that fight as well. I mean, Catterall's done nothing to really earn a shot at Ramirez. He can get splattered. He's gonna get splattered.
Listen, man, I think Catterall, do you know, like you see some of those fighters and they look like good sparring partners. Like they look like they can handle themselves, but like he's not a world level fighter, Jack Catterall. He's got some nice skills, but I'm not seeing it, man. I think he gets fucking ran over by
Has he even fought a top 15 guy?
No. I mean, best win, what would you say? I guess his best win is O'Hara Davis.
I mean, how's Warren got him a fucking mandatory spot? I don't know.
But it's like
got Yard as well. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Anthony Yard. Yard's best win was fucking Serge Locker. Like, fuck me. Like
you just need to beat someone like Sledge Locker, or you need to beat some fucking Binman, and you're number one with the WBO with Frank Warren.
I mean, to be fair though, like the difference was though, like Catterall didn't win any like WBO belt or nothing like that.
Yeah, no WBO European titles.
Yard did, but also like even though he beat whatever his name is, like Sek Lockett, he also beat Sek, right? That's better than O'Hara Davis. As sad as it is. O'Hara Davis got a robbery win over a shot fucking whatever his name is.
Miguel Vasquez. That's horrible, man.
Did he even win that fight though, really? I mean,
no, he didn't. He fucking raised Vasquez's hands at the end of it and shook his head at the result himself.
He did.
I thought he retired. Yeah, I mean, I thought he retired before that. Maybe O'Hara Davis should retire.
O'Hara Davis, man, that guy's a clown.
He can't retire. He needs more money for Turkish immigrants.
I still remember when O'Hara Davis took a selfie with Gemma Collins. That was the good times.
Mate, if that Turkish immigrant left me, I'll be pissed as well. She was nice, you know. She was all right.
I'm just waiting for O'Hara Davis to have another one of those midlife crisis where he dyes their blonde again. That big fat afro.
Fucking hell. O'Hara Davis, like all he's got is power. Everything else is terrible. He's got the worst stance I've ever seen, man. Like fucking terrible.
Yeah, but my missus is a dance teacher, and his sort of stance reminds me of her at dancing. That's how bad it is. Looking like doing all sorts of fucking shit with those feet of his. I mean, have you seen the size of his fucking arms as well?
Yeah.
Like a fucking octopus, man.
That's what I'm saying. He's got the attributes to like fucking be a good boxer. He's got power, he's got reach, but he fights like a spastic.
He's got no jab. Let's be real. I mean,
yeah.
Fucking hell.
He's got no jab. He's got no ability to throw the straight right or left properly. He doesn't know how to do that. He throws a lot of arm punches. Yeah, he's got physical upper body strength, but that's about it. He's got slow feet. He doesn't know how to pivot, and he doesn't know how to exchange right or clench correctly.
No, I agree, man. And by the way, I'm gonna wrap this one up fairly soon because I think BDA are going on
Oh,
quite quickly. But
They're
like,
going on at 11 p.m. our time, I think.
11 p.m. That's cool though. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
I'll be
gonna
on
ask
that.
you guys. Like, I've not heard all of your guys' perspectives on Joshua Ruiz too. I'm just kind of interested. I've heard McGregor's. Well, I think I've heard McGregor's. But what's your guys' opinion on Joshua Ruiz too?
It should be a good fight, but I think Joshua will win the rematch.
Oh, you got Joshua. Okay.
Yeah, I think Joshua. But I'm not totally convinced because there's still some time left, and Ruiz did beat him.
I think Joshua smashes him, man, in the rematch. Personally,
Damn.
I do think Joshua smashes him. I think
Probably will,
he'll
man.
take him out. Yeah, I think he'll take him out.
What about you, McGregor? Is he fucking taking a shit or something?
I'll tell you now, boys. Joshua's gonna piece that fat boy up like he's the kid from Up with an abandoned daddy.
Beat
Jesus.
the Snickers out of his ass.
I'm telling you right now, Tinky Winky's gonna be laying on the floor saying, "Nah, man, it's a tough fight." There's a lot of questions over it. Like, it's hard to confidently pick Joshua after getting David Hayes. You know what I mean? The dude got it was more one-sided than a gangbang or a gang rape
It was.
even. It really
It was.
was. It really was more one-sided than a gang rape in the first fight. Like, even the first 2 rounds, they were close. And then he dropped Ruiz. Ruiz got up and he just fucking took the head off him, man. And the dude didn't know what to do. I favor Joshua, but I don't even know why. He
No,
didn't prove
that's.
to me he could beat him in the first fight, but I don't know why.
I've got a question for you guys. Where does Joshua go if he loses this fight, the rematch?
Modeling.
I agree with apology.
He'll go back. Yeah, he'll go to Instagram. But in all seriousness, where does he go? I mean, you have
I'm
to
being
say. I mean,
serious. I'm being serious. You can make
I
money off
think
that.
apology.
yeah, he probably go fucking Love Island. He'll go Love Island.
Mate, I'll tell you what, in like 10, 15 years' time, this guy's going to be on fucking daytime TV shows. He's going to be a host. Like, man, if he loses to Ruiz, I wouldn't say it's done because it's a bit overreactionary, but it's a long way back. It really is.
I'll tell you what. Since that Ruiz fight, I've not seen any fucking deodorant cans in Tesco with his face on it anymore. I'll tell you that.
I haven't seen any earphone adverts either.
No.
I love for reasons.
Do you remember that betting ad? I think it was with William Hill. I haven't seen that on the TV since when I'm dancing around and all the stars flying around everywhere and all that, and the lighting up of the gloves and all that. That hasn't been on the TV since. When was the last time you turned on fucking TV, seen Under Armour commercial, and you see Anthony Joshua there? You haven't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a theory that boxing is fair, just, and down the middle. I think Ruiz is gonna fucking knock him out again. I really do. As soon as Joshua sets his feet and trades, he's getting fucking cleaned out.
Fuck it, man. I'm gonna tell you the truth right now. Yeah, Joshua's gonna spark the kid, and will I tell you the reason why, Del?
Go on.
I'll give you the reason why. Joshua's gonna be allowed to have his TUEs this time round.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to see Ruiz win. I want to see Wallin beat Fury, so we get this division fucked up and have Ruiz versus Wallin for the fucking belts. That's what I want to see.
What I want to see is Ortiz beat Wilder. Ruiz beat Joshua. Ruiz take on Ortiz, and the winner fight Wallin for lineal undisputed.
Yeah, but fucking fat Mexican against a. I mean, fucking Luis Ortiz with Nelson Mandela's fucking birth. That's how old that guy is. You know what I mean?
But 3 decades.
Jesus, man, I'm looking forward to that fight though. I like fights with high stakes. You know, if Joshua loses, he's fucked. I guess if Ruiz loses, it is what it is. But like, yeah, it's all on the line for Joshua. It's all on the line. I just don't see how
Joshua
he can,
loses, man.
He's
If Joshua
fucked.
loses again, he's already the mystique is gone. I mean, what happens if he loses again? Then what does he have really? The money.
Yeah, he can still fight. he can still fight in the UK and make good money, but like he's like in the grand scheme of things, I think he's well down in the pecking order, and there's a long way to go.
He's gonna be for this
Yeah.
fight. There's a lot on the line. He's gonna be. Listen, there's too much money on the line for this guy, man. There's just too much to not make sure that this guy is won this rematch.
Yeah, the decks are going to be stacked against Ruiz, but they were the first time, and he still won. So it's how Ruiz won the first time. I can't pick Joshua, man. I just can't do it. Like how he lost the first fight.
I'm one of those people that's still a bit up in the air about what actually happened in that first fight, man.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, like something to me just doesn't sit right. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to go with what you saw. Ruiz won the fight, but to me, something else, man. It's something don't sit right.
I know what you mean, but I watched the fight back. Yeah. No, go for it. Recognize, man. Go for it.
What do you guys think about the muscle loss on the top of Joshua? Do you guys like that?
Yeah, especially around the shoulders, man. Especially around that area, especially his shoulders, man. He's definitely slimmed down.
I don't know why. For some reason, I don't like it. Me and McGregor were talking about this. I think McGregor had a different point of view. I'm not sure, but I didn't like it for
Slightly different. I
like
agreed with you on your points, Frank. I agree with you on the points you made. Completely valid.
I mean, it depends.
Right.
How long did it take for him to lose it? Do we know? If you just lost it quickly, it's going to affect.
I mean, look at the size of him before the Ruiz fight. You know, you can see
But
there's
that's
a big.
the problem here. That's the problem here. Too many people are reading too much into it. We've never seen Joshua like this before, right? 12 weeks out from a fight. This dude, when he starts, he hasn't been training. This dude, like, he'll just start training, yeah? Eat the food that he eats, rehydrate, and all of a sudden, the change in his body, that'll be gone, because it's not a massive change. It looks like maybe 4 or 5 pounds. He'll gain that.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to go for a piss, but before I go, McGregor, yeah, 1 second. Can you say third cutter? I'll be right back.
Oh, fuck your mother. Third cutter. Little bastard. Trying to make fun of my accent. To be fair, he can't say it either because he's got a lisp on his upper gun for dumb fuck. Did you hear him? Third cutter.
Third cutter.
What?
Was you trying to get you to say third cutter?
Yeah. I don't know why you guys are pronouncing fucking third as an F. Third cutter.
But how do you spell it? Turd? Like turd?
Well, I say third, but most people in Dublin would say
Like
turd.
turd, yeah, turd. Apology, what the fuck is your picture on it, man? Oh, he's too busy lifting the weights in. See what's going on in the chat.
It was fucking precise who got him to say that. Of course it was.
What, third cut?
Yeah. Of course it was precise.
Everyone's changed their names there, man. Recognise Lomachenko, no longer recognise the Matrix. Apology gains. I see 100% X is back, recognise.
Yeah, recognise 100% X was in my stream last night.
Yeah, he's back. Back with a bang. Saying Canelo Alvarez is ducking the Charlos and everything. He's back with a bang. Where's he been, man? I ain't seen him since like start of the year or something.
He's been ducking them since 54.
Yeah. Canelo Alvarez.
He thinks you had him banned, Frank.
Yeah, he says that you've... So wait a minute, your real name is Mark McGregor.
Yes, sir.
And your real name recognised as Frank. Holy shit, didn't know that.
Yeah, we've got Cameron, we've got Mark, we've got Frank. Now we've got Liam, is Dell. We've got Apology. Yeah, Dell's name is Liam.
Apology's the one that we need to find out. All sorts going on with Apology, man. Wearing that mask behind the camera and shit.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute, man. Someone's made a video response to me, so I need to go check it.
Oh, man. Who's doing it? I want to watch it. What's it about?
Oh, it's just my criteria that I'm trying to create. Boxing librarians doing a video response to
Right.
the criteria.
I'll be doing solo with a chat then.
But Cameron, you're loved.
What do you mean?
You're loved, man. They'll love a bit of time with you, man. They have too much of me. I'm fucking online all the time.
Yeah, this is where I'll probably get trolled now. Seems to fucking get that quite a bit. I've got Les Mendoza in the chat. He's a man, accepts me on fucking talking to him recently. He's a good fucking boxing guy. Who else we got in there? What's going on, Nes, man? How you doing? Derek, no Vaseline Chisora. Yeah, he's been getting fucked with no Vaseline, man. Wouldn't like to feel that. Tell you that for a fact. Stephen, what's going on, man? Why was Floyd running from a little guy like Money? That's Floyd's style, man. Floyd's always fought like that. He's fought against Andre Berto, Robert Guerrero. You know, Robert Guerrero blowing up super featherweight, man. He ran against him, didn't he? Didn't want any part of Guerrero either. That's just Floyd. So of course he's going to fight like that against Manny Pacquiao, who's been one of the biggest punchers at welterweight for the last decade. Just refreshing my page, boys, so I can see the latest comments. I'm a bit behind. Let's see what we got here then. But yeah, like I said, of course Floyd's going to run it. Of course Floyd was going to fight that against Manny Pacquiao, you know, one of the biggest punchers in the welterweight division for the last decade. When he fought like that against guys like Andre Berto, you know, the smaller guys. Robert Guerrero had no business being at 47.
Yeah, man, Guerrero sucked at 147. Like, he beat
Chisora-
Berto. That was it.
Chisora carried Spilk and thinks he's a superstar. She's always. How Chisora was in that press conference is nothing new for Chisora, man. Even though Spilk has always been a bit chinny.
Yeah. Yo, Chisora, though, like, Chisora in his last fight was fucking co-main event for Dave Allen.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
this guy needs to sit down. I mean, if you put him in there with, like, the right fight, he can sell. But, like, he's not a big name on his own.
No, I mean, Chisora Parker's not a pay-per-view headliner.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, if Eddie Hearn could get away with putting that fight as a pay-per-view on its own, he would have done it.
Oh, of course he would have.
Yeah, like, people are fucking out here saying, "Oh, that's a pay-per-view fight in its own right," and the fucking guy would have done it. It's Eddie Hearn.
No, it's not. I'll be honest. I don't even think Dylan White Parker was a headline for a pay-per-view. That's my opinion. I don't think that was worth being a pay-per-view. I think I can see why, because White is a name, Parker name, but is Chisora a bigger name in the UK than Dylan White? Worldwide, is he a bigger name than Dylan White?
No, like the guy's a glorified gatekeeper.
Exactly. So why the hell he thinks he should be a pay-per-view with Joseph Parker is beyond me.
It's fucking man. It's I think it's British boxing. Like mediocrity gets rewarded. Like me and McGregor, like we were saying about Dave Allen, like the guy's had he's been on 6 pay-per-view cards. Like that creates.
What was the first one? What was the first one he was on? I know you.
I think it was what's the first one? That's a good fucking question, you know. It might have been Ortiz, you know. You know the
What undercard was that? Was that Joshua on the card?
Yeah, Joshua Molina.
Thought so, yeah.
Yeah, so he fought on that card. He fought on Spence Brook. He's fought on loads of shit, man.
Was him and Dylan White a headliner for a regular show? Regular fight night.
Yeah, I think it might have been co-main event. I think it was like in Leeds or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
Like, fucking.
Sure, I think him versus was it him and Leroy Thomas on the Brook Spence undercard?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was another one. Yeah.
Because he fought Nick Webb on Chisora Parker. Obviously, Price on what was it like? Dillian White Rivas. Yeah, he's fought 6 in total on pay-per-view. And ultimately, yeah, this is a guy who's never won a British title. He's never won a Commonwealth title. He's always come up short. He's beat
an English title.
Yeah, exactly. He's beat a shot Lucas Brown, and this guy's on fucking more pay-per-view cards than I've had hot dinners. Like,
He's been on more pay-per-view cards than Carl Froch.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I'm saying, though. Back in the day, Froch Butte, regular Sky Sports, Carl Frampton on the undercard. Now look,
yeah,
we're paying for fucking Dave Allen. Fuck out of here.
Yeah,
man.
Froch Butte, man, probably one of the best headliners we've had, but it's not been on pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. It's
That was
fucking crazy.
yeah. I mean, on paper that was a great fight. I know Froch, pretty torn apart, but Butte going into that fight was, number one in the division on rankings, and I mean, above Ward.
Yeah, Butte was favourite going into that fight.
Yeah,
Like most people were picking Butte. I remember that because Butte was supposed to be the next big thing.
yeah.
Ward, in all honesty, Ward never really wanted to fight him. Like because Ward said he'd fight him after the Super Six, never happened. Didn't want to go to Canada.
Yeah, that was supposed to be Froch's swan song, man. Not many people thought that'd be it for him after losing to Butte.
Yeah,
So what happened.
exactly. I thought Butte would beat Froch, if I'm being honest.
I thought he would. I picked him to win that fight.
Yeah, man. Butte,
He looked good.
I love this style. You know that uppercut to the body. That's a fucking beautiful shot, man. But
yeah, I picked Butte to beat him. I was pretty confident Butte when I said before the fight, Froch will always bring it. It would have been Butte's hardest fight by far. I thought it would have come through. But I didn't think Froch would do what he did. I don't think many people did. Not many people I spoke to thought Froch would win that fight.
Yeah, a lot of people were sold on Butte at the time. A lot of people were, included. Well, I won't listen, man. I thought he was better than Froch, put it that way. But
because technically he was. He just couldn't handle the heat.
Yeah, exactly. Like people at the time, like people said, "Oh, he ducked Super Six Butte," but he never got invited because he was on Showtime, I want to say, and he never got invited. But yeah, man, that was a fucking. I was shocked when Froch done that to him, man. Honestly, I was shocked. But
I mean, Ward didn't want to fight Butte. He didn't at the time.
Nope.
He didn't want to fight him at the time. Froch went there and done it. Ward wouldn't have fought Butte if he beat Froch. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. No, exactly, because Butte never wanted to go to Canada. Sorry, Ward did not want to go to Canada.
No, you never know.
Butte at the time was the biggest star. He was selling fucking, big. He was doing big arenas in Canada. He was doing big numbers. But yeah, Andre Ward was like, "No, I don't want to go there."
I think he even did solid numbers with Beaker as well. I think he did solid numbers, Butte, before the Froch fight. I mean, who did he fought? He fought Beaker, didn't he?
Yeah, he fought Beaker.
Yeah, that was a good sort of turnout.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a few decent names on.
I mean, Glenn Johnson. I think everyone's beat Glenn Johnson at this point.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
he beat Brian McGee. I mean, he beat Miranda. He beat Miranda in 2010 when he was kind of still solid. Butte had some decent wins on his resume.
Yeah, Butte was one of those guys though. Like he wasn't like he was like an on top guy. When he was on top, he looked fucking great. But like as soon as someone put it on him, the guy fell to bits. Like
look at Libero Andrade.
Yeah, Andrade, the first fight. Yeah, man, he got lucky in that fight. Like that's a long ass count.
There's quite a few gifs out there. There's one where Butte, I can't remember who he's fighting. It might have been Grachev, and he was just beating the shit out of him in the corner, man. And Butte was lethal, man. Look, Butte before he got beat by Froch, showing a bit more gunshot. When he was undefeated, that guy could punch, man. He had a streak in him where he would hurt you.
Yeah,
he's a good fighter, Butte.
Yeah, I just liked his style. Like so fluid, man. Like fluid puncher. I thought he would do a lot more than he did, but yeah, Froch ruined him. And after that, he was never the same guy. Like you say, he struggled with Grachev. He lost to Pascal, and after that, he was pretty much done. In all honesty,
then he got on the roids and he looked solid at 175, didn't he? When he fought Jack and DeGale, he looked pretty. At 68, sorry, he looked good in those fights. And then all of a sudden he got busted, moved up to 75, and Alvarez beat him. So
yeah, he got starched against Alvarez, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, because
he looked good against DeGale though. DeGale and Jack, he did good. I mean, he looked like the old Butte again, but then he got popped. And then that made some sense because as soon as he popped, he couldn't make 68. He moved up to 75, got starched. You know what I mean? And Alvarez beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Man, Butte, fucking hell. Like, he was hyped at one point, though, like, mad hyped. But, yeah. Yeah, Butte
he was I mean, that the fight with Pascal, Putin and Pascal, a few of my Canadian boxing friends over there said that was their equivalent of Mayweather Pacquiao. The sports bar was sold out for that fight.
Yeah.
One of the biggest fights in Canadian boxing history is Pascal Butte.
Yep. I was really looking forward to that fight at the time. but like it wasn't a great fight from what I remember. I've literally seen it once, but
Yeah, Roy Jones was training Pascal, and I don't think Jones did anything good for Pascal's start.
nah.
You know, he didn't keep Jones for long, but Roy Jones says Pascal. I mean, Pascal's beat Marcus Brown. He's still going, but when he had Jones in his corner, I didn't really like the work that they were implementing to Pascal's start.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No, I agree. I was gonna ask something and I fucking totally forgot what it was. Yeah, Kovalev, Canelo. What's your thoughts on that? Like, I've heard everyone else's, but like,
Yeah, I don't like the fight at all. I'd rather see Kovalev fight someone at 75. I feel like it's weird, right? Because I've seen so many different opinions on this fight, and they're saying that if Canelo beats Kovalev, he'll be fight of the year. But at the same time, they're saying that if Kovalev should get credit for beating Canelo, but I've seen it like this. We didn't give Golovkin credit for beating Brook. We didn't give Spence credit for beating Mikey Garcia. But so what's the difference with Kovalev fighting Canelo, moving him up 2 weight divisions and beating him at 75? I see a few double standards. I understand that it's different because Canelo is, proven more than Brook and Mikey Garcia were in terms of their career, but he's still moving up 2 weights. Now, I know that Kovalev looks like he's on the slide, but I just feel there's so many questions and up in the air of this fight. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know who would win the fight.
yeah,
I literally don't. I don't know who I'd favour in the fight. I'd probably favour Canelo now. But at the same time, does Kovalev get credit for beating Canelo, moving him up 2 weights? I just don't know. Because I really class Canelo winning a 68 title against Rocky fucking Fielding.
yeah. I know what you mean, but I'll put it this way. So, like, when Golovkin fought Brook, Golovkin was an overwhelming favourite. Same with Spence against Mikey. Like, Canelo is literally the bookie's favourite against Kovalev. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think Yard was. He wasn't a big underdog against Kovalev, I think.
No. So, like me, like from what I've seen online on social media, most people are picking Canelo. So, like from that perspective, you've got to give Kovalev credit if he wins.
Yeah, 100%. I'll see it from that point of view because no one picked Brook to win. No one wins. Yeah, so I'll see the difference there.
But the thing is, I get what you mean about the fight. Like something about this fight just doesn't seem right. Like there's some fuckery. Like
I can't get excited for the idea of that fight. I don't know what it is, but if that fight gets made, when it comes to the fight, I'll probably stay up and watch it because that's what I do. But
yeah,
thinking about that fight now, I'd rather see Canelo. So obviously Kovalev fight with a Viterbi Broadstick because I just feel like that's the fight. Those type of fights to make. Because Canelo's not going to stay at 75. If he beat Kovalev, he's not going to fight fucking Viterbi or Gvozdyk or Bivol. He's not going to fight them guys. He sees Kovalev as an agent guy, a big name, big sort of money fight. He's not going to fight a guy like Viterbi or Gvozdyk. He just isn't.
No,
that's why I'm not a fan. Yeah, of course he is. He'll move back down, fight someone at 68. 75, he's too small for 75. Let's be real. Like he's not going to compete with guys like Viterbi or Gvozdyk or these guys. That's my opinion. Kovalev, probably the guy that he could compete with based on the fact that he's slowing down at his age. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the fight. Many people are, and I understand why. Because it'll be intriguing to see what Canelo can do at 75 against a big guy like Kovalev. But for me, I can't get too engrossed in it.
Yeah, no, I get that, man. I really do. My whole thing with that fight is just the politics with it, like catch weights, rehydration clauses. If Canelo wants to fight Kovalev, listen, man, I'll give the dude all the credit in the world if it's at 175. But don't fight the guy if it's like a fucking bullshit catch weight. Like, if you want to do something great, listen, man, go for it. But I just don't want to see a catch weight or a rehydration clause.
No, if it's at 175, I think that's the thing I'm worried about because at 175, I'd favour Kovalev. I actually would. If it's at some fucking catch weight, where like 170 or something like that, Kovalev's massive for 75. You know, he's been talking about moving a cruiserweight before in his career.
Yeah.
Anything below that, if there's like a thing where he makes Kovalev weigh 170 on the scales and he can't get above 180 on fight night, don't make the fight. I don't want to see it.
No,
let Kovalev fight 175. Let him hydrate to wherever he wants. And if Canelo beats him, he gets 100% credit because you want to see him beat the best version of Kovalev.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Ultimately, there's a reason why the bookies have Canelo as such a big favourite. They know what's going on, man. I think they know there's politics involved, like catch weights, rehydration clauses,
You have
judges.
to understand also, no one likes Kovalev in that the boxing mainstream. They put he's the evil Russian.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like every time Canelo fights, there's always a fucking excuse on why Canelo won the fight. Like he doesn't always get 100% credit because he does these bullshit things like rehydration clauses, judges scorecards. Just if you're going to be up to 75 to fight Kovalev, let him have the 175, let him hydrate to whatever, and if you win, he'll get credit. But don't start doing this rehydration clause where people are like, well, Kovalev was drained and things like that. Because he had the thing with Jacobs, Khan was too small, Golovkin was done. You know what I mean? Like, it's this sort of trend with Canelo's career. Just to have that big win where you let the guy be as best he possibly can because he hasn't done that yet.
Exactly, man. Like there was no reason for the whole Jacobs thing. He could have beat Jacobs legit, but like he put that fucking asterisk next to his win. Like fucking
Yeah, most of his wins at top level have asterisks. I mean, like, I'm a massive Canelo fan. I actually think his style, I think he's brilliant to watch. Improved over the years, big time. I think he's improved every fight. I think he's still improving. Boy, looked good against Jacobs. I think, he may have looked not as good as he has done, but I still think he looked good. I think he's looking strong. He's entering those kind of big years of his career in terms of physical prime. But up until this point, there's asterisks against the majority of his big wins. Khan was too small for 160. I mean, come on, man. Khan wasn't even worth talking about. Fucking Kirkland like a 3-year layoff. A lot of his fights were close. Cotto was old. He needs that big win where people can say, you know what, there was no bullshit politics involved. You know what I mean? He hasn't got that.
Yeah, exactly. Like even the fights I thought he won. So I thought he beat Austin Trout, for example, but the scorecards were fucking disgusting. Like fuck me, that was horrible. Like the Lara fight, that fight was close. I felt Canelo just about nicked it. But,
yeah, I had Canelo winning both them fights you mentioned then.
Yeah, but one of the scorecards in the Lara fight was like 117, 111. I mean, fuck me. Like, it's things like that, man. It just makes it hard to like give Canelo credit because you feel like he's got everything in his favor: judges, referees, commissions, like everything in his favor. So, he's a great fighter to watch. He's super skilled. He's world class. He's elite. But yeah, man, there's always something else with Canelo that you need to consider.
I want to see Canelo fight. Some of these younger guys at their best. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's not much left, but I'd like to see Canelo fight. I think Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders is an intriguing fight. I know that some people aren't exactly the biggest fan of Saunders because of who he's fought, but I wouldn't mind seeing Canelo versus Saunders at 160, 168, one of those weights. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. Let Canelo fight someone like that. Maybe fight Callum Smith. Let's see what Canelo's made of fighting those guys at 68.
Yeah, like Billy Joe. Like I'm not the biggest Billy Joe fan, I've got to say, but stylistically, I think it's not an easy fight for Canelo.
No, it's not. I think Canelo would win, no doubt about it, because I think Saunders won't have. I mean, to beat Canelo on points, you have to knock him down like 10 times and win every round. Saunders is not going to do that. Let's be real.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Like Saunders has to win like every round clearly to win that fight.
170. He's at 168 though. So
I'll make the Callum Smith fight. I think Canelo versus Callum Smith's a good fight.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
I wouldn't risk. It's a good fight, but Canelo, Oscar De La Hoya is not going to risk that. Callum Smith is not the biggest name. He's a dangerous fighter.
Oh, he's cut off.
Yeah, I understand what you said. I heard what you said though.
Yeah, no, I agree. Callum Smith's big, fundamentally sound. He hits hard. Like, Canelo's not going to fight Callum Smith without any BS involved.
We'll make the Callum Smith Saunders fight and let Canelo fight the winner of that for 2 belts. You know what I'm saying? That would have been better.
Yeah. I think Canelo's on his way out.
I do too. I don't think we're going to see him fight into his early 30s. I really don't.
No, I think he'll do this to his own deal, maybe call it quits.
I mean, how many fights?
I mean, he's been a pro. He's had like 50, how many 56 fights I think now. Yeah, he's had over 50.
Yeah, he's had over 50. I'm sure.
I believe he's like. I know he's had a few draws. One loss. I think he's like 53-2-1 or something like that.
Yeah, he's had a lot of fights. He turned pro at 15, so the guy's had a lot of fights. But
And he's been fighting championship level since sort of 2012. I mean, really, since he's been having grueling fights. Trout was in April 2013. So you're saying over the last 6 years, he's had grueling fights against the best of the best. So that takes years off your career eventually, you know. So I don't see him fight too much.
And his knee seems to be like bugging him now. Like every single fight, you see him with that knee brace. You know, rumors go around about his knee. So I think the guy is like on his last few fights personally, but yeah.
Maybe that's why he's doing a Kovalev fight. Maybe he's chasing up maybe a few last legacy fights he can get to add something to his resume. So.
Yeah, do you think he regrets signing that DAZN deal? Because
I don't know, man. What do you think he would have gone to ESPN or something?
No, he just seems like, I don't know, man. He just doesn't seem happy like with how things are going right now. He seems, I don't know, man. He doesn't want to fight Golovkin a third time by the sounds of it. DAZN seems to be really pressuring him into taking like massive fights, and from an outsider looking in, like he just doesn't seem particularly happy with that.
They need that money back.
They're paying him how much?
Yeah, ridiculous. Isn't it like didn't he sign a 250 million contract with it?
Exactly. They pay much. Or
you're cutting up, bro.
Like
Yeah.
Was that just me, Dale? Was he cutting up then?
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, apology, you're cutting out, mate.
No, you're fine now. You were cutting up when you were talking just then, though. No, I think your connection's gone, man.
Right. I don't know exact deal, but it's like big.
Yeah, your connection's fucked, mate.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, they made so much money though. Like they gave kind of 250 million deal. They need the biggest fights for him to get the most money out of it. They probably want all of his fights. I mean, I don't think DAZN. They're not doing pay per view, right?
Yeah, they're not at all.
No, so they need to make these biggest Canelo fights so they get the most money, because they can't just stick Canelo against a Liam Smith on pay per view. They need to get Canelo in these big fights. Kovalev, I bet they're pushing for this Kovalev fight.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're definitely pushing for it.
From what I heard, it was either Kovalev or Golovkin, and that's it. That's what I heard anyway. How true that is, I'm not sure, but it really seems like DAZN are pressuring these guys to fight people, which I like personally, but yeah.
I don't want to see Canelo fight any fucking Rocky Fieldingers anymore, and Liam Smith. You know what I mean? Like, fair enough, he had the Fielding fight because he did fight Golovkin back to back, so he kind of needed a touch up. And then he went straight to a Jacobs fight, but he needs to keep fighting his guys, because you know, if you're proven to be a top pound for pound star, you can't take fighting scrubs. So no doubt, especially on big money, these networks need to make the money off of. DAZN are investing so much money into not just Canelo, but everybody. Joshua, Golovkin, Usyk. I mean, they got the biggest stars, majority of it. They need to make their money back. And Canelo's their big star.
Yeah, I think it'll be the same for all of these guys, whether it's Golovkin, Joshua. They're going to make these guys fight, from what I can see, you know. From how they're treating Canelo, I think they're going to do the same to the other guys. They're going to make these guys fight top competition. They're going to push for those fights. I like that personally, to be honest with you. I like it, but we'll see how it pans out. But yeah, Kovalev Canelo's interesting to me. There's so much to consider, you know, with the politics, the catch weights. But if it's at 175, I will pick Kovalev. But
yeah, I would.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. We'll see what happens, but yeah.
I picked Kovalev at full 175 and no bollocks with rehydration clauses. But if there's any like catch weights, I'd have to favour Canelo. Yeah. I mean, I want to see Kovalev. I want to see his fight at 175. But
agreed.
I'm like 80% sure Canelo will put a fucking catch weight this fight.
Yeah, I know Kathy Duva said they wouldn't accept that fight if it was at a catch weight, but money talks.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I bet they would if there's enough money put in front of them. And I bet Kovalev's looking to cash out. If they offered him like millions upon millions to get down to that fucking weight for his last fight, like, well, I'll take that money, I'll be out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I think would happen.
Yeah. The only thing is, though, like the thing with Canelo Kovalev, like no one's got any clue if Canelo's power carries up. Like, Canelo's not a massive puncher at 160, so like, I know Kovalev is not the most durable guy out there, but like, maybe Canelo's power won't be a factor. Like, you never know. Like, he wasn't the biggest puncher at 160. Like, he couldn't put a dent in Chavez, who was weight drained, or Danny Jacobs, or Golovkin. So maybe going to 175, maybe Kovalev will be fine. But I don't know, man. We'll see, man. We'll see. But interesting. The odds are really tempting on Kovalev. Like, they're really wide. I think like Canelo's 1-6 favorite, which is crazy.
Yeah, I'll probably have a little bit of a bet on Kovalev if that fight happens. If depending on what it is, on what fucking weight it's on. If it's on a catch weight, I wouldn't be too confident. But I mean, also you got to look into account. They're looking at making this fight in November. It's a very quick turnaround for Kovalev.
It is a quick turnaround. It is a quick turnaround. You can look at it from two perspectives, I guess. Like, the Yard fight wasn't easy. He took punishment. At the same time, he's active. He doesn't have to take the weight off.
Yeah,
he's in good shape already. So maybe you can look at it either way. It could be a detriment. It could be good for him. We've got no idea. He could be overtrained. Could be nice and active.
not enough time to recover as well. It's both sides.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I think it's interesting. I kind of want to see it, and I kind of don't. It's one of those fights, It's one of those fights. But
what do you make of how do you think? I mean, obviously it's very fucking hard because I'm not seeing fight. But what do you make of Usyk fighting a heavyweight? How do you think he'll do? Because from what I'm going on, obviously we need to see him how he is. I mean, I'm not going to really look at. I mean, Tyron Sprong, they're a really good kickboxer. Not really done much as a boxer. Not really got any top wins. I know Usyk's been out for a year, so it's kind of probably deserves a fight like that. But I think Usyk's going to do damage at heavyweight. What do you think? Because a lot of people think he's not at the top level. I actually think he will.
I think he'll do well at heavyweight personally. From what I saw in the amateurs and the World Series of Boxing, he dealt with Joe Joyce easily. Like, he beat the shit out of him, in all honesty. And Usyk doesn't have to cut weight anymore. Cruiserweights have to cut a lot of weight. Usyk's a big dude. Maybe at heavyweight he's stronger. Maybe he punches harder. But stylistically, I think he gives all of these guys problems. I really do. Like, volume, foot movement, just the all-round boxing ability. I think he gives these guys problems. Like, for example, Joshua. Let's say he beats Ruiz. If Joshua can't clean Usyk out early on and it goes long, that's a tough fucking fight for Joshua stylistically. Like, I don't know, man. I think he does well. I think most of these cruiserweights will do well. I think Gassiev will surprise people. But, time will tell. I think Usyk does well. I don't really like the Spong fight, if I'm being honest.
No, I don't.
Would have liked somebody a bit better. I'm not saying he needs to fight like a fucking top 5 contender, but like somebody who's battle tested, who's been in there with a few good guys, so he can get a gauge of where he's at. But yeah, I think Usyk will do well. I really do. I think
I would have put him in there with. I would have even put him in there against the winner of Chisora Parker, man. Like, I reckon that would have been a decent fight for him, the first one. And I wasn't a fan of the. Personally, I wasn't a fan of the Takam fight. I understand it was his first fight heavyweight, but I think Usyk would have done a job on Takam.
I didn't mind Takam. I thought Takam was okay.
Yeah, it would have been a good test especially for his first fight. But Usyk would have been a heavy favourite. You know what I mean? Takam probably not the sort of opponent that would really test Usyk. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind seeing Usyk fight someone winner of the Chisora Parker fight. I think that'd be a good fight for him.
Yep.
Early next year.
I'd watch that. Or even Povetkin. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, Povetkin would be a really good fight. I mean, they were talking about that fight, didn't they? But I think Povetkin wanted to tune up beforehand.
Yeah.
And obviously that was Huey Fury. So who knows? Povetkin will be looking for a big fight next year. But I'm assuming he'll be looking. I mean, even Usyk against Pulev, I mean, like, there's some guys in there that would be good fights for him. I mean, Pulev would have the height, kind of the reach on him, you'd have to say. I mean, I'm assuming so.
Yeah. So, it'd be interesting to see Usyk fight like a taller guy, like 6'5" and above, just to see how he fares. But, based on his fight with Joe Joyce in the World Series of Boxing, I think he'll do okay. I've
got my fucking missus hitting me up. She's on her way tomorrow. Should it be about 11:30? Fucking hell, man! It's fucking late for a missus to turn up. Like we literally found out, like 8 weeks ago that she's pregnant. So she's 12 weeks pregnant now,
Yeah.
and we had a fucking midwife appointment yesterday, and I've just literally been home today. And I thought, right, I'm gonna have a few days away, man. Let's talk some boxing, but now she's fucking turning up. It's all gonna go downhill. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking hell.
Nah, man. Good luck with it, though, man. Like, good luck with it.
Thank you, I appreciate it, Rory. But it's good to talk some boxing, man. I'll tell you what. Before I come on the stream, man, I saw you on the BDA and stuff like that, talking to BDA. I knew who you were because I was on Twitter. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah. I'm on Twitter.
Yeah, I was on Twitter before, and I saw you on Twitter quite a lot, and I saw your name get mentioned a lot. So I thought I'd sub, man, because usually for me, I've always trusted the people who get mentioned a lot from people that I follow and stuff. I mean, because I think YouTube's fucking shite for some boxing channels, man. I think a lot of them are real fucking bad.
So do I.
And I subscribe to a few, but I think your channel looked at it before I actually jumped on it, man. I'm fucking a fan of your shit. So
Nah,
I thought
thank
I'd
you,
sub,
man.
man. I appreciate you letting me on as well.
Nah, I'll let anybody on, mate. Anybody can come on, man. But no, thank you. Like, I know what you mean, though. A lot of these channels on here, like, they'll talk boxing, yeah, but you can just tell a lot of these guys, what they know about boxing, they can write on a fucking...
It's all racist. A lot of it's all racist motive as well. Like a lot of racism behind it. I'm not a fan of that. Like if you can't talk boxing without keeping your emotions out of it, you shouldn't be talking about it.
No, exactly. And a lot of these guys, man, they don't know shit. Let's be honest about it. Like, you're right. I think a lot of these guys, they use race to push their shit, and they get clicks. You know, they'll use that angle to push their content. But you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Oh yeah, last question I was going to ask you: who have you got in Michael Hunter, Sergey Kuzmin? I think Hunter's going to nick that.
Yeah, I've got Hunter on points. I think it's a good fight though. Like Kuzmin, as a pro, he's not really. He's not developed the way I thought he would. I was excited when he turned pro, but you know, this is his chance. You know, it's a big fight for him. If he beats Hunter, he's right in the mix. So we'll see, man. But I think Hunter's going to be too active, too fleet-footed. I think he'll outbox Kuzmin to a UD. But Kuzmin can punch. He can punch. He caught Joe Joyce cold in the amateurs. He knocked him out. So it's going to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. That's the best fight on that card, in my opinion.
I think Hunter is borderline going to be on a version of a title shot this week. Maybe one more. Hunter's look good at heavyweight. He came in and beat Bacoli, didn't he?
Yeah.
He beat Bacoli, and then he beat... Who did he beat after that? He beat...
who
was it?
Ustinov.
Yeah, and he's looked good at heavyweight. And I mean, he's only been beat by Usyk. The more that Hunter wins at heavyweight, the better that Hunter wins going to look on Usyk. Because
I think Hunter's a good fighter, man.
He's
a good fighter. He gave
good amateur as well.
Yeah, he was a very good amateur. He gave Beterbiev a really, really hard fight in the amateurs. I think he beat Beterbiev, if I'm being honest, in the amateurs, but he lost.
Yeah, I've seen that fight. It's a close fight.
Yeah, man, he's a good fighter. I think he beats Kuzmin, but and yeah, you're right. After that fight, I think one more fight, maybe if he gets a big win, he's on the verge of a title shot.
I could see him because Hearn's done a lot of work with him. I could see him fighting the winner of Parker Zora. I could see that happening.
That's a good shout, or even Povetkin.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. I'd actually favour Hunter against a lot of these guys as well. I think he looks really good at heavyweight. I think Povetkin would be a good fight for him. I think Povetkin showed against Huey, he's still got a lot left to give. Whether or not he's got enough to give, the top guys, because Huey's not really proven. I mean, he's lost all his big fights. But he's a slick operator. I think Hunter against Povetkin, Hunter against Parker, or Chisora if he wins as well. I think Parker wins. All good fights. The heavyweight division outside of the top guys, a lot of people say it's a weak division. I understand why. I think it is in terms of how good they are, but there's some good fights to be made. And I think Hunter, especially with Gassiev and Usyk moving out, the division is going to get a bit more interesting. So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like once these cruiserweights get going in heavyweights, there's some more fighters there, and these prospects who are moving up, like Jagba, Dubois, Hergovich. Once these guys get out there as well, I think it'll be interesting in like 12 months' time. Once these prospects have developed, once these cruiserweights have settled in, I think it's going to be really interesting. I want
to see how Gassiev looks at heavyweight because I'm a big Gassiev fan. I will be honest, I'm a bit of a Gassiev fanboy.
Yeah, but I've been saying about Gassiev. Honestly, I think he'll do better at heavyweight than people are expecting.
His style was suitable. I think
Yeah,
he'll 100% he'll do better at heavyweight. I think he'll surprise a few people. I think he was actually the best. I mean, I know Bradis is there, but I think if you took Usyk out, I think Gassiev probably would have beat everyone at cruiserweight. That's my opinion. I thought he looked good against Doughty Cause. He looked good. I know it was a close fight against Levy there, but I think Gassiev has a lot of tools that are going to cause a lot of heavyweight trouble.
yeah, I agree, man. I think Gassiev. I was watching an interview with Chris Ariola, and this was after Ariola fought Vitali and Wilder. And he sparred Gassiev, yeah. Obviously, Gassiev, when he sparred Ariola, I presume he wasn't like cutting weight and he was just like fighting at his walking around weight in sparring. But he said Gassiev was the hardest punch he ever felt.
Yeah, but it doesn't surprise me, man.
Yeah, and this was after Wilder and Vitali. So my whole thing is like, let's say now Gassiev doesn't have to cut weight because he cut a lot of weight. Now he doesn't have to cut weight at heavyweight. Maybe he punches harder. Maybe he's fresher. You know, maybe it could make him a better fighter. So
yeah,
he's interesting.
I mean, didn't he knocked out? He had that knockout, didn't he, on the PVC show? It was just brutal.
Yeah,
I mean, that guy can punch hard.
Yeah, Jordan Schimmel. I know. Yeah,
That's
that
the
one.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, that's nasty.
brutal knockout. Yeah, that was a highlight that was on Twitter for days. I mean, Gassiev's a big guy, and I feel like Gassiev, as stylistically, the problem with the Usyk fight is he hits hard. He just couldn't hit Usyk. I mean, we couldn't see it. We didn't know how Usyk would react to getting hit by Gassiev because he didn't get hit. I'd love to see Gassiev fight a guy like someone who's going to bring it to him. Yeah, I mean, I think someone like Chisora would be a really good fight from a heavyweight. Someone's going to bring it to him. Because if Gassiev goes in there and takes someone out, a real good name in his first fight. Because who's he going to fight in his first fight in July?
Yeah.
Oh, was that guy? Who was he Dwayco. Yeah, that would have been a good fight.
Yeah, Dwayco.
Yeah, he got injured, didn't he, Gassiev? It's a bit of a shame, but now I'm intrigued.
Do you know when Gassiev's going to fight next? I've not heard anything.
He's not scheduled to fight anybody. He said that I heard that he could be fighting clear to return by November. That's what I read.
Yeah.
By November, he's not got anything scheduled.
Now, come to think of it, I heard October, November as well because I heard potentially he could be on the Usyk undercard.
Yeah, I think he'll fight November. I mean, when's Usyk fighting? November, isn't it? December, November? I think it's December, actually.
No, you know what? I think it's October.
Is it? Oh, that's good. Yeah. Maybe it's then.
Yeah, Usyk should I think I think Gassiev will be good at heavyweight. I think he'll surprise people. He's young as well, man. He's like 25.
He is, yeah, and that's what makes me laugh because you see these people who make excuses like Tank Davis, not ready for Lomachenko because of his age. Yeah. Whereas Gassiev, who I think he had like a handful of amateur fights.
Yeah, he did.
And he was a unified cruiserweight champion at like 23 or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Like people overlook that sort of feat that Gassiev did. And for a heavyweight, he's nowhere near his prime. He's got a lot of years left in the division in the sport. I mean, the guy's legit. So that's what makes me laugh when people try to make excuses for Tank Davis and all these other young guys who need to be built. And Gassiev, who I think he started boxing like 8 years ago. I think it was about that.
No,
I'm saying?
He was fairly young when he was fairly old. Well, he's older when he started. Yeah. So now that's a good point. You look at Gassiev, you think he's like 32 or something. Like he looks fucking old, but
these Russians do, don't they? Like, they're all fucking look 10 years older than they are. Like, they all look nasty guys. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want to.
I think
get into a scrap.
Yeah, Gassiev's a bit older than me, man. He looks like fucking 10 years older than me, man. Like,
yeah, Gassiev's like 4 years older than me. But if you put me next to him, you think he'd be taking me to fucking school the next day. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
I'm looking forward to Gassiev, though. I really am. Looking forward to it. And even like Briedis, mate, if he goes to heavyweight after the World Boxing Super Series, providing he wins it, I think he'll give people problems.
Well, he knocked out Chard, didn't he? Brutally knocked him out.
He knocked him out cold, man. Uppercut on the back foot, beautiful shot, man.
Yeah, Briedis could compete at heavyweight, 100%. A lot of these cruiserweights are. I mean, cruiserweight's a good division. I mean, when they did that first World Boxing Super Series, that division was that tournament was just. I was so hyped for it. I mean, even the guys like Kudryashov, these other guys that are in it, Podarchik, all these guys that were kind of could have been favourites, going to their fights. I mean, they were just. I mean, Radarchik not so much. Gassiev, we knew he was going to win that fight, but Kudrashov against Dorticos. I mean, these were just brutal fights, man. That division, that World Boxing Super Series, I was embracing that whole tournament. I mean, I think that was the best one. I think this cruiserweight one is sucked. I mean, you got Tabiti in there. I mean, not as good stylistic, but that division was just prime to the max.
Yeah,
And,
I think. Yeah, I know what you mean though. I think this series of the World Boxing Super Series at cruiserweight, I think the final's really good. Dorticos Briedis. I think that'd be fucking.
Yeah, brilliant fight.
But
really good fight. I mean, also, you look at the way that Dorticos fights. You look at the way that Briedis fights. I don't see that fight going a distance.
No, neither do I. I think Dorticos will get knocked out, but he'll give it a go, man. He'll go for that knockout himself. So if that's going to be a good fight, I'll be honest with you. After that fight with Briedis and Glaratsky, I kind of want Dorticos to win.
Yes, me too.
And I was like, listen, man, like a couple of years ago, like 2-3 years ago, I was so fucking hyped about Briedis. I still think he's a fucking brilliant fighter, but he's so dirty.
He is, yeah. That Glaratsky one was shambolic.
Yeah, man, he's so dirty. Like
as Dorticos comes and he used to take your head off. Dorticos is such a brutal fighter, man. Like he'll come and bring the heat. I think I favour Briedis on points. I mean, I think Briedis will probably win on points, but at the same time, Dorticos is very vulnerable. I feel like he's probably a type of fighter that Briedis could knock out. Yeah. But Dorticos 100% can knock out anybody. I mean, he's not got that nickname for no reason. I think he's got 21 KOs in 23 wins or something.
Yeah, man.
Crazy puncher.
He's heavy-handed. He really is. Like the way he laid out Tabiti was brilliant, and he improved in that fight as well, man. He was jabbing more. He had better output. He had better stamina. Like he looked better in that fight, in my opinion. Like he looked good, but yeah, man, that's a sick fight. It really is a good fight. I think Briedis wins, but you can't really be sure in that one. It's a good fight.
No, it's a good fight to end the year out, to be fair. I think this year's been pretty quiet, hasn't it? I mean, I've not been. It's not the best year I've seen. Nowhere near it. Yeah. But there's been some good fights as well. Not a top level, but kind of, Taylor Prograis, Dorticos, Briedis, Inoue Donaire. Those World Boxing Super Series finals are good fights. Yeah. Good fights that I'm looking forward to end the year out. I think the end of the year is going to be better than the start of the year.
100%. Yeah. The first 6 months were a bit dead.
Yeah, but I actually lost a bit of love for the sport. Like, there was times where I just wasn't really tuned in, but because of how bad the fights were. But when it came to like June, July, I started getting that sort of taste back to watch the fights again, and here we are.
No, I agree, man. The back end of the year should be some good fights, like Joshua Ruiz 2, Votek Beterbiev, Kovalev Canelo. We've got some good fights, man.
Joshua Ruiz as well. Yeah,
some really good fights coming up, man. So
Fury Wallin.
Yeah, Fury Wallin, fucking Luis Ortiz Wilder 2. Fuck.
Is that even happening? Is that official yet? Or?
Well, apparently it's going to get made in like the next couple of days, like sometime in November. But
Ortiz is getting splattered in that fight, like worse than the first one. He is. I think it's a 3-4 round job. I actually do.
I agree.
Wilder's going to show him, man.
I agree, mate. I think Ortiz, since the Wilder fight, has looked fucking awful.
He looked terrible. He looked terrible against Kaufman. He looked really bad.
He looked shit. Like he's following him around the ring. Like his feet were as slow as fucking molasses, man. Honestly. And in the fight after that against Christian Hammer, he was getting tagged up with right hand. The guy's done, man.
If Wilder takes you them shots, you're going to sleep, mate. Ortiz is going to sleep and literally. I'll be surprised if he sees the fourth round. I just don't think Ortiz has it. I think this is his last fight. I think Ortiz is done after this. He probably might not retire, but
he'll be done. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
he'll be done like as an elite level heavyweight. To be honest, I think the first fight was his chance. Like that was his chance, and he blew it. But yeah, I've got Wilder early in this second fight. I honestly, mate, I know it sounds fucking reactionary and crazy, but I think Wilder could knock him out in the first. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be either. I mean, Romain Stavern style.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Ortiz is so slow, man. He's so slow.
It's mainly his feet, though, isn't it? His feet are fucking.
Yeah, it's like he's finding fucking quicksand.
Yeah, man. Nah, I've got Wilder, but hopefully, apparently that's on pay-per-view, by the way, in the US. That's crazy, but
Yeah, that's a joke. I mean, Fury Wallin's on pay-per-view in the US, I think, isn't it?
yeah, it's ESPN Plus.
Yeah, it's
So
fucking joke. I mean, I feel sorry for the US people. I mean, they're getting worse pay-per-views than we are. I mean, I'll
yeah,
put Fury Wallin out there with Kelbert, Frankie Gavin for
it's
level of
terrible.
pay-per-view. Like fucking Hay Harrison.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
awful.
what's the worst pay-per-views about in the UK in the last 10 years? Brooke Gavin, Hay Harrison. Well,
Dale,
once
you
we had,
cleverly.
yeah, the second one. I mean, what else have we had? Really bad ones. I mean, shocking. I mean, I'm sure there's more off the top of my head. I just can't think now. I mean, I think fights like Loma Campbell, Usyk, Bellew, they were worth buying for because we're not going to see Loma over again probably.
Yeah,
And Campbell's a good operator. I think that was worthy of pay per view. I didn't buy it. I don't buy pay per views often no more. I buy Pro Grade Taylor because I want to see that fight in literally the best fight I can. I think it's a really good fight.
yeah.
If it's a good matchup where it's two undefeated guys in their prime for the lineal belt, I'll buy the fight. But
I
that's
know what
all
you
I'll
mean.
buy now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the last few. I was going to buy Lomachenko versus Campbell, but I didn't in the end. But the last fight I bought, like if I've not been with friends, like sometimes we'll buy a fight and we'll bring beers in and fucking have a good night. But
Yeah, a bit of a
like,
whip around. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like if I've been on my own, the last fight I've bought, I think was I want to say it was Usyk Gassiev. That was on pay-per-view in the UK.
That's the last one I bought. That was
Yeah,
the last one I bought.
and I bought Spence Brook as well on my own. I bought that,
Yeah, I bought
but
Spence Brook on my own. I bought Joshua Klitschko on my own.
yeah,
Because I watched that one on my own that night. Can't remember why, but I did. Gassiev Usyk I bought. That was the last one I brought, Gassiev Usyk.
I
And that
think
was
that
a
was me
while
as
ago
well.
now.
Yeah, was it July last year?
It was, yeah. Yeah.
There you go, man. That's what it's like. It goes to show though the quality of pay-per-views this year have been terrible. Like Ruiz Joshua in hindsight was good because of the upset, but on
Yeah.
paper, like nobody was excited about that fight.
No, I didn't even start for that fight. That's how much I thought Josh was going to walk through that guy. Like, I woke up the next morning and saw a podcast said, shock, Ruiz stops Joshua. And I literally was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I thought I was drunk still. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went back and watched the fight and I won't be missing the second one, but I was so confident Josh was going to go and win that fight that I didn't even watch it when
Yeah,
it
I
was
watched
on.
it live, but I was around a mate's house, so we went out on a night out. We bought the pay-per-view. Like I was the only one fucking awake. I was watching it, but yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I'm gonna wrap this one up. I think BDA are going live any second.
Yeah, they will. I want to talk about that shit, man. They're talking about
9/11 and all that.
yeah,
shit.
I want to talk about. I've got a lot to say about that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be
Yeah,
on that.
man.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
make
be
sure you
listening.
go over there. Yeah. You going over that's listening, or
Yeah, I'm gonna listen, man. I'm gonna listen.
yeah, I'm gonna jump on it. I've got a lot to say.
Nice one. No, thanks for
I
coming
really,
on, bro.
yeah, no problem, man. I'll 100% do it again.
Nah, nice one. And by the way, Cameron's got a channel himself. I'll drop the link in the video tomorrow in the comments tomorrow.
There's still some interviews on there, old ones. I'll be doing videos again, but I'll be doing mostly interviews again. So I'm looking to do like 2 or 3 interviews a week now. So
Yeah, man.
make sure you
No,
tune
nice
in.
one. Nice one.
Appreciate
No, thanks
it.
for coming on. Peace.
No problem, man.
Peace.
Take it easy.